Alright, boys, here we have the in-game content, finally. And so it starts. NWC3L Grand Final. Firestalkers versus the Soviet War Elites. In purple, we have still rocking the Orc race and his brother here, Yagami, starting on the right side of Twisted Meadows for the Swedish team. Little DC, who was pretty successful last time when he played in the upper left now, and his ally is Thorzane, who is one of the strongest players in Team Sweden. Last time, he won both of his games. Will it be the same today? I certainly hope so. You don't. It's an instant harass by Thorzane on TM. That's very intriguing. And an expansion by Little DC to back this up.
Interesting opening here. It seems like Team Sweden was expecting the human to be power creeping the laboratory and wanted to harass this with a fast keeper and even a power build AM into harassment. Very, very unusual. Now, is still gonna be forced to help with the defense here? I would imagine so. Blade Master still in the middle of the map, but now it's gonna come help out. Of course, with Entangle, the first few kills should be easily theirs. In fact, the first 40 falls right here.
And Malicious being called by Yagami, that will delay his tech or expansion, whatever his plan is. Keeper of the Grove, of course, insanely strong with the Entangle early on. Gets one to the Grunt as well. Another Footman falls, this time for Thorzane, so it's 1-1. But if the Grunt falls, that's the heavy hit for Firestalkers. Invests the second Entangle onto it, so this secures the kill, but still is taking good care of the Keeper of the Grove and the Water Elementals. Gets a little bit of experience, and this harass is over for now.
Yeah, and the Grunt may have died, but at least it was denied. Nice last hit there by the Archmage. Orc base tech has already started, one burrow. And now the two burrows coming up after. Yagami starting his tech now himself. Blade Master in the main base of the Night Elf, checking out what's going on and sees, well, there's no tech yet, and the Ancient of War isn't even done yet, so this should now trigger the response of, well, where'd all your money go? And of course, as we said earlier, as you said earlier, it is with the expansion.
Yeah, or, like, he feeds his ally, and that's a super fast tech for Thorzane, but very unlikely that this should happen. So they must expect an expansion by now, and we don't see any scouts out yet, so they can't confirm it. It's alright. Thorzane is actually teching at 50%, so a heavy feeding from Little DC over to former EG player.
Oh, that's right. A million years ago. That was the case. Yeah, the 3 is done now. Will still take a while to move up there. If this gets scouted and if this gets harassed, this could be really painful. The Blade Master, honestly, is only that, the Blade Master, but the second Grunt of his will get entangled and surrounded as well. Alright, these are now severe early game losses for the Orc. 2 Grunts dead. That is super painful. And that's, of course, what the Keeper of the Grove is so good at. Tried to deny, didn't quite get it. That entangle early on. You need to find kills with it because he will fall off, but I feel like he has had a very good early game.
No reveal, if I'm not mistaken, so this Blade Master won't fall, but maybe the Keeper of the Grove. There is another Windwalk soonish.
Oh,
there we go. Backstab is coming. Is it enough, though?
He's close to it for another hit, I think. Close enough. One. Oh, he's so close. He gets it, actually. Can he get away as well? 2 more fireballs are required. He's going to have a Windwalk here in a second. Nice.
All right, off we go. First hero kill of the series, and the expansion will be scouted, or should be scouted now as well. They don't really know where, but this is the normal position for this expansion between the 2 bases, so they must expect that as well. Blade Master gets away, can heal up, Shadow Hunter is coming, but these 2 Grunt losses, I mean, in one-on-one, yeah, they are very good early game, they're good for creeping, but you don't see too much creeping in 2-on-2, and they're usually there as the big meat shield up front, because they're very cost efficient for their EHP. That 400 gold loss will hurt in the mid game as well.
And if they want to try to apply some pressure right now, the human, Yagami, does have a decent force, but what does the Orc really have to work with? 1 Shadow, 1 Blade, and a single Grunt. Blade Master not even level 2 yet. And even if he gets his Huntress here, it's not going to be enough. But the Archmage for Yagami, almost level 3. If they creep the Merc camp here, maybe they can reinforce with mercenaries, go on the aggressive, but the thing is, they still haven't scouted this expansion.
And Thorzane is immediately going to tier 3. Double Arcane Sanctum, plus a Lumber Mill, plus a Blacksmith. Again, big investment by Thorzane into his infrastructure. On the other side, just Huntress by Little DC. I don't really know if he tech yet. No, it's 0-0. But alright, more creeping done by still. Shadowhunter close to level 2, but looks like another wave of harassment is coming.
This looks pretty ballsy here by the Swedes. Super fast tier 3 tech. Well, I guess there are... What's he going for? Mortar teams? Interested to see what he's going to go for. Now the creep track's coming in with the MK. Gonna find another kill here. Keeper of the Grove trying to reach for the Entangle, but he gets hexed before. Good blocks from the Huntresses. He wants to get this Shadow. Can he get it? He may be able to. There is a heal wave and a speed scroll. Entangle will wear off. How did he go in this? Oh, he has the Cloak of Shadows. That's a very nice grab, which he just got there. One Huntress falls, but so does the Grunt, and we have a Blood Mage second, in fact.
But he's super squishy, and he's surrounded by Huntress. He can... did we see Banish yet? I think so, right? So he can save himself to a degree.
Does he want to use the greater mana already for the heal wave? Doesn't look to be the case.
No,
Siphon mana
Siphon
doesn't really do too much.
Blade Master's taking care of the Mountain King. Shadowhunter is right next to it. Critical Strike, super helpful. No mana, or is there? Blood Mage falls on the right, but this is way more important. Backstab kills him off. Shadowhunter survives. And this was huge by Still to get this pick.
Had to invest the greater mana on the SH for this, though. But yeah, definitely worth it. MK at least benched for a little while. Only level 1, of course, will be back soon. There's another Hex. Perhaps an Ensnare soon. There we go. Onto the Archmage. But Blade, not the greatest inventory. Only level 2. Not that much damage, to be honest. So many Water Elementals here on both sides. Now we have Slow as well coming in for Yagami. That's a big deal. 2 Huntresses slowed down. And that should mean the kill with the Water Elementals shooting away at them.
Very nice back and forth. Of course, Yagami and Still both have the tech advantage over Little DC. And the tier 3 by Thorzane not really working at the moment because he rushed the third tech as well. So it's not too much that the tier 2 gives him now. But another Ensnare towards Thorzane, and of course the big damage dealer is coming out of the shadows with a critical strike for 64, forces the town portal. And this fight clearly going to FS.
There was almost a Hex on the SH, man. I was looking at the mana. He was holding on to that TP for quite a while, but did get out. So we have a few breakers now, and Huntresses. But FS have claimed map control. They creep up in the middle of the map, and if the SH gets level 3 with Siphon mana being given to him, that is so much healing power for the German team.
And the Robe of the Magi, even more mana. Both first heroes now sharing the sharp axes with the first scroll of healing, and the next fight should once again clearly go to FS. The expansion is paying off. Oh, Total Experience! And that's level 3. This is crazy timing for FS if they want to push now. With 48 supply for Yagami, we have a 43 for Still. That's could be better. But Thorzane is creeping as well, 50 supply, not really ready to break upkeep. Maybe a little too greedy here. Of course, 50 supply for Little DC as well. Still no text though.
We have fragmentation charts coming in right now, and I think the timing has to be executed here very soon, because once the human army is really big, with lots of mortars in the back, protected, that's just too strong. And they're not going for the expansion, they're going for the Night Elf main base, and Thorzane needs to come help here quickly, otherwise everything's gonna die.
The Engine of War will delay this a bit, but Thorzane is coming in with a town portal. AOW is down, a few entangles are coming, and okay, the position is good. Where are the mortar teams? We only have 2, but fragmentation shards. This is an insane upgrade. Is it ready yet? Not really, but any second.
Ago.
Here we go.
Oh, and look at the damage against the priest. Absolutely crazy. The Blade Master is trying to go for them. The MK needs to control the blade here with the Stormbolt, but there's actually Holy Light as well as Entangle to keep these mortar teams alive. And with them shooting from the back line, as long as the front line survives, this should be pretty good for Team Sweden. And in fact, the front line for Team FS has all but disappeared.
Blade Master is also quite low, has to disengage. Shadowhunter catches the Stormbolt, gets the damage from mortar teams, it's enough. Double level up on Archmage and Paladin. Sweden defends this, and now they are hunting down the Firestalkers. There are quite a few Hunters hurt, but that's what they're supposed to do. Block, take damage, and die at some point. Hero is back. The Shadowhunter for a long time was out of mana there, despite his level 3.
And now, Clan Sweden on the chase with the Stormbolt, with the Entangle. They can find a lot of kills here. Killing Spirit Walker though pretty hard with only a single priest.
Yeah, doesn't really want to wait for a Stormbolt there. Even then, it wouldn't have been enough. More riflemen are coming for Yagami, but the lack in DPS is clearly visible if you compare the two armies. Huntresses, pretty okay because of their area of effect. They're also good against raiders. The mortar team are clearly superior to riflemen. So they need scrolls for sure.
MK gonna get almost level 3 here as well. Flute of Accuracy. That's a good one. And once again, Firestalker is getting caught out of position here, it seems. Blood Mage in trouble. Can he get back to safety with a scroll, with a heal wave? He will be safe for now. But there's no frontline anymore. Oh, nice Flame Strike though. May only be level 1. But still okay damage. Blade Master in trouble. He's revealed thanks to the Entangle. But it wears off and he gets away.
Mortar team's zoning a bit, attacking this position so Firestalkers can't move further towards the west. There is a Kodo Beast though. This kind of counters the Flute. First, Wyvern are coming in. Great to pick up the Hunts. And Mortar teams maybe in the back, but they should be protected. There is not much anti-air in the Swedish army.
Level 4 for the AM. Big upgrade. More mana here on everything now. With Siphon as well. It's gonna be very, very... a lot of mana points if microed correctly. Now they're moving forward. Team Sweden here. Even Scroll of Protection being used. Wyvern on the high ground there, doing a bit of damage. Flamestrike actually not coming through. Did get cancelled before it completed channeling. And it seems like the numbers just aren't there for Firestalkers anymore. The Blade Master dies in the front lines.
Where's the damage now? I don't see it. The mortar team's still crazy good. 4 of them now. Killing off the water elementals, killing off the riflemen. The damage is drastically dropping. And now Yagami has to TP out there. Can't survive this anymore. Was backed into a corner between creeps and the human army. And this feeding for Thorzane clearly worked. I mean, the expansion is now working against them. They have the better army. They have the better tech. And they have a hero war because this Blood Mage dies and super quick level 3 on the pally.
Yeah, this seems to be the end here. They're only on the run. Almost not able to find any kills.Maybe a couple of hunts here or there, but they have to take magnificent trades here with being down a base. But it's not happening. More teams in the back. The damage is just surreal with the fragmentation charge. Now the Kodo is gonna fall as well. Or is there somehow a way back into this game? Oh my god, the damage against the keep, man, with all the mortar teams inner fire as well. Mass repair, but it's just way too much damage.
I agree. It was I was kind of confused that Thorzane left them behind because they were missing in the last battle, but they took their time to knock down the keep and bam, GG! First map of the day goes towards the Swedish team. And did you guys expect a 2-0 here? Because once again, the NWC3L system is if you win 2-0, then you get 3 points. If you only win 2-1, then it's 2 points. So, kind of a slap in the face for you.
Yeah, well, I think the Keeper of the Grove caught him off guard there. Did way too much. That first grunt kill is already painful. Can that even be better protected? I'm not sure. Maybe you have to try to trade something for it. But the second grunt kill, that is such a big loss in the mid game. If that second grunt had been retained, and then the Expo being crept had been scouted and had been harassed by 2 players, it could have been a very different game. So yeah, giving up too much to the Keeper, not punishing the Expo, I think that's where the game really fell apart. Next time, though, they should have yeah, a good idea that this might be coming.
For Officer, he played the 2-2 last time together with Thorzane, still cheering for his team, of course, following the clan war. Duvek sends a nice one. So team spirit, of course, very, very big in Clan Sweden.
Thank you very much to Risky Rascal with a 4-month resub saying thanks for the amazing work keeping Warcraft alive. Thank you so much for your support, man.
Thank you. And next week is going to be crazy, actually, because the next qualifier run for GCS starts. And Moon is playing, 120 is playing, Lin is playing. The groups are insane, actually. Group C on Saturday is lit, boys and girls. It's so packed. I'm looking forward to it. And our boy Rudin has a very good shot in Group B. So looking forward to that GCS qualifier. Lots of content next week here at Back to Warcraft. Yagami calls for Turtle Rock. And I think on that map, lower tier, faster push strategy works a little better. Because it's smaller from base to base.
Yeah. Expo super hard.
Yeah.
if one of the players on your team gets pressured, you have an easy time responding because you're so close. So on paper, seems to be the perfect counter pick for the strategy of map number 1. But of course, they don't have to go for the same strat. Don't have to
Exactly.
go for the keeper harass again.
Maybe they have a second idea of how to break them. Maybe with a rush. Or whatever. We will see.
Did you see, by the way, I think Ugri posted it? No, actually, Rudan himself posted on Facebook. From this tournament he was playing in, he won again. I think it was a solo tournament this time. 3,000 euros.
That's
Not
pretty
bad.
nice, right? And do you know who did the commentary for this tournament?
Yeah, it was Sky, at least for his game.
Do that.
It's pretty cool.
Hey, we know that Sky is a big NBA fan. And venturing into basketball commentary now. I wonder if it's just for fun or if you get paid for it.
I'm pretty sure if you're Sky, you get paid for it. So, second map is hosted. We'll be going in shortly. Who's missing?
Little DC
Ah, there he
lost the
is.
slot, and now he is. And we have red and yellow colors, which makes me very happy. Alright. Players are ready. We are getting ready. I have to change the colors here once again.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna play today as well, but yeah, I couldn't play because I didn't have enough appearances during the league, as I said earlier. No, I actually played WC3CL, so that's why I got confused. So
Did you win there, or did you lose again?
I did actually. You passive-aggressive, nice little guy.
Night is lagging at the moment, but the teams are on Turtle Rock already, and here we go. Are you in, by the way? Yeah, right?
Yeah. So, we have Team Firestalker spawning towards the bottom right, and Team Sweden. I know it's not Team Sweden really, but it's much easier to say than Team Soviet War Elites.
Indeed.
The top left,
And they're all from Sweden, so...
and they're all from Sweden.
We see Little DC, not really with the Huntress build order this time. It's Ancient of War play, plus the normal Altar, so no Tavern build as well. On Thordane's side, there's the break. And a normal Archmage Footman build as well. So they venture away from Huntresses early on. Or they back it up later, but they kind of want to creep more, I guess. So I would expect no Keeper of the Grove this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeper is not made for creeping. Keeper is made for hunting with, you guessed
Huntresses.
it, the Huntresses. Seems like Thorzane is experiencing a weird bug here. May have to rehost. No problem. Nothing has happened so far. So rehost should be the logical choice.
Alright. Damn, I like the colors. But whatever. Of course, we want them to play on their best. And if there's a big window in front of your screen, in front of your Warcraft screen, then that doesn't work too well.
Yeah, Thorzane is the tryhard after all, according to Endars in their team.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, he was a professional player for quite a few years. Even if it's just for the lulz here, there's still this fire burning inside him. Still the spirit.
Who did he
of
play
competitive.
for during his StarCraft days? Was it also EG?
It was EG. Yeah, he didn't play Warcraft for EG, right? I think it was a little too late. Wasn't he at Raptor? He was at Raptor for sure.
Raptor Thorzane?
Sounds
Possibly.
to me. I think we had the same discussion last time, but I kind of forgot. Kind of fits though with Loth and Bina. Good old WC3L days.
Lothman. I'll never forget that guy.
I don't think he was that bad.
Well, then you have a bad moral compass.
I always get along well with him for some reason. he saw me as a, I don't know, friend or colleague or whatever. So I was fine with him. Of course, if you have to play against him, then he was a pain in the ass.
So, second rehost has been... You're in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Has been managed very quickly. So if they don't play with an expansion... Seems a little... Yeah, a little weird. After all, in the history of Warcraft, that's not one of the most prevalent 2v2 combos. Night Elf and Human. If you're on one base each, what do you play? Do you play Casters and Bears? But that's... It's like a long tech tree for the Night Elf.
Yeah, I don't think we will tech too high with the Night Elf.
Or maybe he's just gonna feed the Human on one base, and he's again gonna go for the mortar teams, try to.
Mortar teams are insane in 2-on-2.
Yeah.
We saw how the fragmentation shards really turned this fight around.
Of course, though, on only 2 bases, much harder to get there safely and get a big army then, quickly. As opposed to 3 bases, as we saw in map number 1. Thank you very much, Teggy1337, for the first time sub. Welcome.
Of course, if you sub, you get all the replays from this clan war. You can watch it with a 1.26 version of Warcraft 3. And speaking of Warcraft, here is our second game. Always one guy lagging. Here we go. The positions are a little different. We have the Firestalkers in the north. And yeah, the north remembers, but the north has to react. Otherwise, they lose 3 points in this series. And they are supposed to win this. So, Yagami with a normal barracks altar build. For still, it should be a 1-burrow attack with the Blade Master again. And in the south, we have the Scandinavians, the Swedish players with Thorzane. Also, usual Archmage build. And for little DC, he doesn't venture away from his start before. Goes Altar Ancient Archers.
Thank you very much to our newest sub, Stephen. Or maybe you want to be called Stefan. Anyways, thank you very much, man. Oh, it's a resub for 5 months, sorry. So, Demon Hunter most likely the choice here. Keeper into creeping would indeed be very unusual. In case you guys haven't heard yet, the PTR has been updated. There has been a new patch with new balance changes actually. And the target this time for nerfing has been this guy right here, the Demon Hunter. His mana burn is going to be more expensive with 60 instead of 50 mana. Of course, everything's still up for debate. Nothing is final yet, being PTR and all that. But yeah, many people have asked for that for a long time. Of course, this is not the PTR. This is still 1.26. We don't have the changes implemented here yet, but soon it will be upon us everywhere. It's a bit of a faster altar build again for Thorzane. Seems that he just likes to invest a little bit of extra construction time from a peasant to have that slightly faster Archmage out. It's going to cut into his tier 2 a little bit. Unless he gets fed, of course.
Exactly, and with archers, I think you don't need too many of them in the early stages, because the Blade Master is there, you have a lot of normal damage as well with Footmen and Grunts, so if they're not protected, they die very quickly. So I think this is gonna be a feed. Legend of War quite hurt already, but now it's time for Dark Weaver to pick up the pieces. And Mantle of Intelligence for him. Archmage goes towards Ogres here, finding a ring. Lots of rings today already. So slow start on TR. Just creeping.
5 peasants here invested for Thorzane as well as that power build altar, so it's gonna really cut into his lumber. Too bad we don't see resources being traded with some sort of UI implementation. But seems like he's still gonna have a decently sized tech. 1 borrow for the orc, as is the norm. Blade Master grabbed up a circlet, gonna get the first blood here on Turtle Rock onto an archer. Actually, she might survive. Never mind. The axe finishes the job, and now the base for Lil DC is wide open, and these wisps are in trouble.
Oh yeah, and he lost 1 in the north already at the red spot, so can't really afford to lose too many, and he just started his tech, so that's a good timing for FS. And he gets rid of another one. He can of course hide them in the gold mine for a little bit, but doesn't really work.
And Thorzane really doesn't want to be forced here to help his ally. He could be making much better use of his time. But one grunt here may be the sacrifice. No, actually, not gonna chase it. Without the boots of speed, this is gonna take way too long. So, have you been keeping count? I think 3 wisps died now, right?
I'm not too sure.
Maybe gonna get another one. Needs to be careful here not to be blocked in. Could happen. So he doesn't want to risk this with a blade. Gets another last hit here. One more wisp has fallen. Now we have 5 left on lumber. So, well, that's actually okay.
That's okay. He's also at 55. Goes for a Huntress Fall and a Moonwell. So he invests quite a bit, but his tech is only 50% done. So there is some time to catch up in lumber. On the other side, tech for still almost done as well. Yagami a lot slower in tech. On the other side for Thorzane, we have no tech buildings yet, so no blacksmith for rifleman. Could point towards mortar teams again.
Nice block here by Thorzane. Almost getting the footy damage enough here to hunt him down, but no. Seems like Yagami is distracting a little bit right now, and what's still doing in the meantime? He's going for the Hunter's Haul, but only level 1 Blade Master with, by the way, boots of speed. Very rare to see that nowadays on the highest levels of competitive play. I don't think this is enough damage.
It's gonna be close, but he can repair. Oh, he needs high damage rolls, and he cancels it! That's a lot of time that little DC has to invest to get that tech building up again. Still losing a bit of HP, but that's about it. Thorzane coming in for the revenge now against his human, not ally, his human brother, Yagami.
4 footies here against 3, but of course Militia will be there as well. So that should be a fairly easy hold for Yagami. Blade Master still looking to do a bit more damage with the boots. He may be able to chase down some of these archers, but only level 1 blade still. So he doesn't seem to be the biggest damage dealer in this game.
Indeed. We have both FS heroes with boots of speed, Remo. Does this tactic come from you, or?
They know about the boots, man. Best item in the game. Naga second here for Lil DC. With this, he can apply a lot of pressure, and actually his teammate Thorzane is making his way over as well. Blade Master in trouble. He could die right here. Hex against the Demon Hunter, though. But there's an Archmage on the other side. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. He needs to run with a scroll of speed, of course. That's not too hard to do. So actually, he will get away with everything. And now Yagami has to respond, has to help out his ally here. But he's close by. Should be able to do so.
And Thorzane is in the base, trying to get the Beastery, but no. It's finished already. The Warmill, not really worth it to dive into that main. And Blade Master gets away. Lots of healing done now as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. The lore is only now coming up for Lil DC. They have been delayed so much. Another hex here used, and now the SH is completely out of mana, only using those hexes defensively. Not the ideal scenario. Footy wars here towards the right. But
Way
now
better
with the
for
Night Elf
Yagami.
coming in, it's going to be difficult for Yagami to stand his ground. Stormbolt, focus fire, this could be the TP forced. This must be the TP forced.
Yeah, with the Naga in that position, this is clearly a town portal. I hope for him that he has a shop, otherwise healing up is quite hard. But still, with his Blade Master, he's losing him again. And now no mana on the SH, plus the Blade Master gone, plus the Archmage of Yagami, very hurt.
He's healing up though. There's an MK now for Team Firestalker as well. The Naga way too far forward. What's she doing? Lil DC should be losing his second hero. That was a bit of Miss Micro. Not looking there, I guess. So in the end, it was a level 1 against a level 1 hero trade. One more archer will be the prize with the ensnares now ready. And now it seems like map control goes to Team Firestalkers. That could be used to grab up the Watcher Ward here towards the shop. Maybe get a Scroll of Healing as well. But they don't have the biggest army at the moment, so maybe they don't really want to look towards a push just yet.
We have Thorzane on double Arcane Sanctum, no sign of a mortar team yet or a workshop. So this is Breakers, Casters, Dryads. Lots of slow there, of course. Gonna need a lot of Dispel on the Firestalker side. Against that, we have a Talisman of Evasion, which will go to the shop. And they split the experience by 4, just to creep this faster for the item, and of course the Watcher Ward. In 2 and 2, even more important, I think, than in 1-on-1.
They might be able to grab up an oppose. Oh, speed scroll moving forward. Immediately Town Portal forced. Not messing around there. Didn't want to get hexed. And Stormbolt. It could have been a quick kill. Good presence of mind by Lil DC to immediately use the TP there. And now they take out a consumable. They steal a consumable from the opposing side. That could be a big deal. Scroll the Beast is amazing. One of mana stealing. Can be good.
Heard that as well. Thorzane is creating some space. Going into Yagami space once again. He really doesn't seem to like him, but of course breaking a human base is really hard. But I like what Firestalker is doing. They're not going back to their base to defend this there because they know there's a lot of armor on that side. So they crypt the main, or the second consumable here, with another Wind of Mana stealing. Could be good for the SH.
Yeah, and if they run into Thorzane's base, they have 2 armies attacking the base, whereas on the other side they only have 1 army attacking their base. So let's see here who takes more damage from the base harass. At the moment, Yagami has to evacuate all of his peasants, so no mining being done for him. Whereas Thorzane is still mining himself, gonna lose the shop though. Hunter's Hall gonna go down as well. That's not too significant though. He can still make Dryads. TP coming in from the demon. Where's he gonna go? To his ally, to the human. Here we go, the first big fight breaks out.
Do we have heal scrolls or something? I don't think so. Maybe on the Firestalker side. Blade Master repositioning here, same as the Archmage, so they are safe now, but with the help of Militia against Raiders, of course. This can be defended. 2 more kills. Oh, actually, saving that Footman, as it seems. What do you think about the army constellations of the 2 teams? Oh, still with the micro bug, losing another grunt.
Demon way too far forward, loses his first hero. Lil DC without the Demon Hunter now. But I guess Thorzane is the carry anyways with 60 supply already. I imagine he has been fed once again. Looking for a better position here. Kodo Beast as well for still. Not really with the army at the moment. Getting distracted here by the Dryads. And re-engaging. Blade Mass on the front lines. Tanking quite a bit of damage. Heat waves coming in, however. And now, dropping very low. Is he going to be able to get out? No, the first hero dies again. Demon Hunter has been bought back. He had a healing potion as well. And now Team Sweden seems to be moving forward here with little issues. Just such a big force that they have to work with here. And Team Firestalkers, man, dwindling in numbers heavily.
I don't really agree with the unit combo here by Firestalkers. With Breakers and Raiders, you have so much melee and not too much behind it. Not even going for walkers or something. Archmage in trouble now. There's no TP, there's no healing at all. And no rescue for the Archmage who falls off his horse. Level 3 dead. Second hero kill there. And the Dryads, man, they're cleaning house with the slow, killing 2 casters with the help of the Demon Hunter, who just got level 3, becoming a lot stronger with that upgrade. And yeah, from Thorzane's base, we see a lot of workers go back. We see a lot of reinforcements here. As you pointed out, 60 supply against 27 of Yagami only. He's doubling him in supply and more.
This is looking dire. This is looking beyond dire. Still is trying to create some space here with the SH base harass. He has a TP, which he will have to use very, very soon. Can he retain all of his units? The Coda would be the biggest kill. Lil DC gets it with the last volley.
In the meantime, there's again a slaughter in Yagami's base. Thorzane committing so much to it. And with a lot of success as well. More breakers. I mean, they have normal damage. Oh, Mountain King now. He has no escape as well. This is 2-0 for Sweden, and this is 3 points for them. What a start for, I would say, the favorites in this clan war. But definitely not. Alright, game starts. And here are your players. Starship versus Yagami. 18% only the win rate for Starship. They have faced each other before, and Yagami always took the win. He has an impressive 70% versus Night Elf. I mean, this is not the highest level that Yagami plays, and as we mentioned, he's not playing GCS or anything, but 70% is still very impressive.
But as most humans, I would say, he is pretty frustrated with Night Elf, saying things like Night Elf is imbalanced. We're gonna see how this turns out here on a new map for us.
Who would ever say that, Remo? Come on.
I usually only say it's easy, not that it's really imbalanced.
That's true.
Power build altar here for the human. Is there a merc camp here you can go to? Not really. Well, I guess there is. I don't know which creeps there are. Or is this just gonna be a fast expansion? We're gonna see Archmage first, of course. Barracks coming after. And neutral hero by Starship. Alright, this is what I want to see.
Yeah, very unpredictable play by Starship. He can do like a lot. He can go archers, he can go hunters, he can go demon hunter, he can go neutral hero. You really never know what he comes up with, and that is very hard to prepare for. As Ender said, he practiced a lot of netties, various tactics prepared here for him, as it seems. What can Yagami shoot against that? As you pointed out, the expansion seems like it's so far away in such a weird position that I would suggest Rifleman, but I don't know the creep spot, so what do I know?
Yeah, it depends, of course, on exactly what the creeps are. If there's only like a 3-3-4 creeps there or whatever, can easily take it anyways. So here goes the Archmage, summoning a water elemental, calling the militia. Looks like we're going towards the Merc camp. We actually have satyrs here. Wow, haven't seen those guys since the campaign.
True. Yeah, without that, there's a lot of green camps on this map. So I would expect the Dark Ranger.
Beastmaster's not more the meta, of course, nowadays. But it's Starship, so it could be anything.
He loses one of the militia already, and the second one is hurt as well. Needs to micro it. There's Curse already, but he gets rid of it. Potion of Restoration. Holy cow!
How ridiculous! Imagine this. You could get like the dragon here. This is so broken. Oh my god, this is so broken. You could have the freaking dragon on tier 1.
Yep.
That is so ridiculous.
We have a Beastmaster, by the way. No Dark Ranger. I was wrong with that. And level 2.3 Archmage already. This Potion of Restoration is gonna be really, really good. We have Satires here.
Oh, the peasants! He lost one of them to the creeps there passing by, almost ran into the next camp.
Yeah, he lost quite a few, right?
Yeah, he lost 2 peasants already. This is like super expensive.
I wonder if he knew about it. That's the replenishment potion. I have never seen this item in competitive Warcraft.
Wait a minute. Is it like the replenishment potion from Last Refuge, but in bigger?
Yeah. In smaller. It's a lesser replenishment potion. Okay, there's an expansion. No, there's a second engine of war for more creeping. Yeah, seems a weird choice.
What a map.
Megami scouts.
Look at how many hills and like valleys there are in the middle. Up and down. AM is getting closer to level 3. If he gets there, he is going to be super strong against lots of Huntresses, which is exactly what's coming out of Starshade. No surprise there. The man who values Huntress per minute over actions per minute.
Forces are under attack.
What a weird game. And we have a lumber mill for defensive towers coming up for Yagami.
Okay, yeah, he will be under pressure with those Quilbies coming in, but of course there would be an Arcane Tower. Would be enough, I guess. But yeah, all the losses that he took against the Footmen will delay his tech already, and if Starshade is able to pick up a few more, then this is a really late tech.
Did you see the Quilbies? They are super dark.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They always respond to the scenario of the map. If it's a nice map, they're white. If they're here, then they're a little darker.
I don't think I've ever seen these black ones before. Or what is that, like super dark purple? I'm not quite sure. Kind of like the Huntresses. Alright, here we go. Beastmaster pushing forward. Is he just gonna siege him? Is there gonna be, like, glaive throwers and stuff coming? What a weird game.
There is, as I said, the second engine of war. He's not producing at the moment at 35 supplies. Staying on tier 1. Yagami is teching now.
Needs to get level 3, and then this hold becomes much easier.
And there's
but Starshade seems to be like... Was he expecting a fast expansion? I guess so, because there's no real reason for him to, you know, attack the main. So now he switches it up. Starshade goes creeping himself on the middle of the map, finds gloves and sentry wards. Boots of speed again for the Archmage, who just perfectly hit level 3. That's pretty nice. In the middle, there's the Ancient of Wonders, almost getting sniped. Doesn't quite see it though. And once again, Starshade going towards the main. Doesn't seem like the best user this time, but okay.
Hey, Yagami really did it well here. avoiding the army of Starshape, getting his Archmage to 3. And now the Hunters are a lot weaker than before. Actually building a shop right in the face of Starshape. Should be cancelled, I guess. Blacksmith is about to be finished, and then Riflemen are coming. Then he has level 2 Water Elementals and Riflemen against this massive Huntress. I don't really know how long Starship can stand this.
Yeah, and once the MK is out as well, that's going to be a big help for Yagami. So it seems like Starship needs to get a lot done right now. He's going to kill a couple of militia. He still has a good force here with all the Huntresses. But usually with a play like this, so aggressive, there would be an expansion coming up somewhere in the back, but there just isn't.
Also, no tech. This is an all-in, basically. Shop in the middle, pointing towards it as well, but his Beastmaster is still level 2. Doesn't really help.
And now Clarity is for the AM as well, such a big help. MK coming out, Rifles soon to join the party as well. Seems like the clock is running away from Starshape here a little.
And of course, Hero Focus, not really an option, as Potion of Restoration is still there. Could also help in the defense when he needs some mana for initial Water Elemental. There are still 4 Wisps for Starshape there, maybe pointing towards Engine Protector. I don't want to say rush, but push, but he sends them away now. Maybe time for an Expo finally, but it's so late.
Yagami is going 1 base tier 3. Alright, boys. This is officially unusual territory now, if we haven't been there before. Starshape now looking towards his own Merc camp. Remember, crazy items can be dropped here. The Red Drake not necessarily even so good now, since we're later into the game. But Scroll of Restoration, always a possibility.
Stone Token would always be cool, I guess. Oh, well, against the mass, but to take out the Beastmaster, it's nice to have double stun with Mountain King. Starshipped again, losing an archer. He lost 1 to the creeps already. But actually saves it, and that's his level 3, so the Quillbeasts are nice now.
Wait. How did he get rejued? Ah, he bought the Furball Shaman.
Yeah.
Okay. So now he has level 2 Quillbeasts. That's a big upgrade. Not necessarily that much damage against the footies. He's trying. He's stole the Thunder Lizard. No, actually, it's Starshape.
Yeah. He's stuck there next to this Thunder Lizard and the Beastmaster. But who gets the experience now?
He definitely gets the item. Last hit goes towards the Night Elf, but the item goes towards the human, and it's the Furbolgs. The Talisman of the Wild. Honestly, against tier 1, that's not even so bad, though.
Yeah, kinda, but it's 57 supply for Starshape with the Mercs and all his Hunters. And Yagami lost quite a bit here, 25 supply only. Of course, fast tech, not too much invested into units at the moment. But he has to survive this before reaching tier 3, and that's gonna be very hard.
I mean, he has more teams in the base, he has Water Elementals, he has Towers, so I don't think he's gonna lose his main. And of course, there's no Expo to be worrying about. Thunder Lizard still survives, we haven't seen the clap yet. What a
more and more wisps coming from the bottom left, floating onto the human base. And yeah, these mortar teams, they will be key during the hold. No fragmentation shards yet, and he has to focus on the numbers at the moment. Can't really go for the upgrade. It's Hawk level. Okay, no, it's level 4. The Hawk looks badass as well, though. This dark purple.
Oh yeah. And the Hawk's gonna be really nice against the mortar teams. And to cancel clarities, like right here. Third hero, Paladin. So the Night Elf has tier 1, which means if the hero levels on the human side get high enough, they just win this by themselves. Is he gonna find the space? He sold the thingy, by the way.
Potion? No, Potion is still there.
Talisman of the Wild.
Oh, yeah.
But there are more teams here, 2 of them. So he has the range. He's gonna be able to turtle in his base, and Starshape, why didn't you expand at some point, man? He is playing this very stubbornly, and yeah, he has to cancel. The AP realizes, well, that doesn't work too well against the mortar teams.
And we have Knights now. Way superior to Huntress, of course, but he needs, again, the quantity. He has the quality now.
He has fragmentation shards here as well. Already the first attack upgrade for him.
He does? When did he? No, there's no way he has fragmentation shards yet.
He does. Just finished.
Wow, that was quick. Sleep on the lizard. That's gonna last a little. So many gloves of haste as well. But yeah, damage-wise, Yagami is now way ahead. And there's towers. And oh, nice block.
He's trying to dive into the base. That's a little dangerous, though. Mortar teams, however, exposed. Is Yagami gonna have to TP into the safety of his base in the back? The mortar teams for him really can't do much of anything. They're being surrounded. And they're being taken out here quickly. It seems heal scroll coming in for the Knight of Staff, though. Saves one of the mortar teams. Well done. Gonna be healed up soon. And gonna be able to help out here. Heroes, though, for Yagami with a Paladin and MK still pretty bad. But the Water Elements, man, so good now against these Hunters.
Yeah, and they're still on level 2, so it's not even that hard. We see the slam hit a lot. One Knight for Yagami, by the way. Stuck in the base. Can't actually help in this fight. And 2 glaive throwers coming now. Paladin, wide hurt. Level up for the MK, though. That should be a Stormbolt soonish. This is looking better for Starfield than I thought it would be. He lost a lot, though. He's like from 60 supply down to 42. But there's still pressure on Yagami.
That Thunder Lizard is actually pretty damn good, man.
Yep.
The rest of the army doesn't seem to be doing too much. Paladin dropping really low, very close to level 2, almost has a Divine Shield. There is a staff ready on the AM. What's he gonna use it on? The Knight. Mortar teams, once again, far out of position. They have ventured out way too far outside of the base. One of them gets killed, second one, though, gets saved. Paladin hits level 2. And with that has the Divine Shield. Is gonna not use it, uses the potion actually first. MK in trouble as well, dropping really low. Healing as well, though, however, from the Holy Light. And, well, this tier army, which was once so big, is now down to only 41 supply.
Oh, the MK is stuck there. He got the Holy Light, but it's the damage of Star-Shaped enough. He's stubbornly right-clicking on him, loses the Lizard over it very soon because the Knights are incredible fast. And the Glaive Throwers, man, they can't really do too much, and this Mountain King is, like, healing way too fast.
Yeah, that's it. It didn't work.
Siege
The
is broken.
push, which was basically an all-in, has been held. And that means it's looking extremely bad for Star-Shaped. He realizes, GG. And Yagami takes the map that he had to take.
Yes, and of course it would be great for the Firestalkers if he wins the second map as well. That would be the equalizer in this series after the defeat in the 2-2. 4 of them could come back swinging. And yeah, comebacks seem to be their thing, as we saw in the second semi-final that we didn't cast because the Wolves were 1 map away from winning the entire thing. And Haituchaku was casting it, and it was a long day for me already, so I said, okay, the last few maps, they can give it over, or Chaco can cast it, and then the Firestalk comeback started, and they won that one.
So now we move on to the normal maps. It's kind of interesting how NWC3L does it. There's always one weird map in the starting maps, but the remaining map pool is pretty conservative. So we're not going to have too many strange ones there.
Yeah.
I guess the strangest for nowadays standards is Secret Valley, which we don't see in Chinese competition at all anymore. But we still have it here. We still have it on ladder. And yeah, Starshape is going to come up with 2 vetoes now. No, wait, 2 vetoes from Yagami. And then Starshape has the map pick.
Once again, thank you to our Wikipedia contributors who are keeping guys up to date who are not listening to the stream for whatever reason. So Turbozao, thank you for that. You can find all the results there at liquipedia.net. It's also in the grid command in our chatbot.
Unsurprisingly, Yagami vetoes Ancient Isles, every human's nightmare, and Twisted Meadows. Super standard.
So, from Starshape's perspective now, hunts again with a different tavern hero or back to standard?
I think it was so weird that he already opened hunts, you know, that's something you can do. But when you open hunts, usually when the opponent expands, then you pressure, and when he doesn't expand, then you expand. But he just didn't do it. He just went pedal to the metal, just attacked the base against tier 3 mortar teams.
Yeah, and that was a little too
Great
slow.
choice.
Everything was a little too slow. when he attacked, the model teams were already there, and you saw how the towers had no chance in coming up. He could have built them a little further back with Nature's Blessing, maybe, but even then, I don't think there was a chance. Now we go into Secret Valley, and of course, you veto AI, but Secret Valley, also not that great for you.
Haven't seen that in forever, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's
of course
reasons.
you don't have Merc support. That's usually good for human, though. You don't have to worry about the early Shadow Priest dispelling your water elementals. Later on, I guess it can be pretty bad for you. The expansion to take, it's pretty hard, right? So,
Yeah.
should be a good possibility for Demon Hunter Immolation Harass, I guess.
It is. You can also play Huntress with that follow-up. Or, I don't know Yagami too well. Would you think he immediately goes for one base again? Because of the map?
I think he's usually absolutely an expansion player. Didn't do it on map number 1, but map number 1 was a really weird one, so maybe he wasn't too familiar with it. Rifle push, of course, is always a possibility. And rifle push against Beastmaster should be pretty good, I think.
I think so too. Usually you have the problem that the Demon Hunter is slaying those riflemen one by one with his big right clicks, but Beastmaster doesn't really have it. Also, the Quill Beast can't attack too well with their piercing against the normal armor. And Star Shaped is in. Yagami is ready. And we start this game. Number 2, chance for the equalizer for the Firestalkers. Or Star Shaped equalizes the series and gets one more point for Sweden.
Alright. We go on to Secret Valley, a map that was very prevalent in the past. We don't see it much at all anymore, but it has a comeback. Here! Could be the equalizer, as you say, or can Star Shaped start his comeback in this series? He's not going for a neutral hero first. It's gonna be a standard hero, which of course for any other player would mean Warden or Demon Hunter. Warden, of course, fairly unlikely on this map. But with Star Shaped, it may even be Keeper, but then again, against Human, probably not. If you play Keeper, you want to play it against Orc or Undead, mostly Undead. But he's not making an Ancient of War creep. Okay, so this seems to be Huntresses.
Alright, a lot of practice then went into the hunt play again, the thing that he plays for years and years and years and years. Could also be mass AoE early pressure if he expects an expansion to come up. That works really well. Demon Hunter with Immolation, Huntress with Bouncing Glaives, nice synergy, good damage, very early on. But the thing is, if Yagami is really not going into that expansion, then we kind of saw what happened, right?
And it is a Keeper first, man.
Whoa.
Even against Human. Alright. That is a pretty damn big commitment to early pressure, early damage. And I think with a Keeper, you really can't break a main base of the Human ever. So I hope he's gonna expand this game at some point. If, of course, he's able to pressure the Human expansion coming up. And maybe he's able to overwhelm Yagami. However, if Yagami goes for the standard creep route, Knolls into a little green camp, into expansion, that should be his level 3, and that should all be done before we have 2-3 Huntresses out. But if he gets delayed, maybe there can be a big window of opportunity for Star Shape to do damage.
We have the Hunter's Hall here, we have the Engine of War here. Could creep there, but it takes a little time.
Is he going for the instant expansion? He is.
Well,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good scout by the Wisp, though. Sees this ahead of time.
Forces are under
5
attack.
Pestants only.
Oh, he turns around.
Sees the Wisp and runs away.
That's no good start for Yagami here. Early creep route has completely been dismantled. And this gives so much time for the Huntress to be coming up here shortly. Alright, he sees the 2 Engines of War. I think it's time to go. Alright, now we tech. If you're the Human.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, but he may be able to cancel one.
That would be a nice comeback. Cutting the production in half, and yeah, the damage is sufficient for sure. Or is it? Stutter stepping with the Archmage.
Under attack.
This really close. With the second water elemental.
Yeah, he'll be able to get it.
And now Starshade is in problems. I mean, if there's attack from Yagami soon, and there will be, I'm pretty sure about that,
Yeah, there
then
it
you
is.
can't afford this.
Interesting.
That was the
Starshade
last
now.
Entangle though, and without mana, nice deny again. Without Entangle, what can you really do with the Keeper? His damage is mediocre. Huntress are just like one base Huntress,
A player's
one
forces are
Engine of
under
War
attack.
Huntress. And yeah, Tech and Blacksmith immediately. Looks good for Yagami, I think.
And Starship, he's so low on lumber here, he can't even transition into tier 2 or at an expansion. He doesn't have the lumber for it at the moment, but he's going to have it soon, and then he's going to have to decide, what do I do? Because going for 2 Ancients of War push now really doesn't seem to be the answer. Unless he follows it up with, like, Glaive Thrower Siege, but it all seems so late now.
A player's
Little
forces are
bit,
under attack.
I mean, on paper, this Huntress build makes sense against an expansion, but it's so likely that your opponent doesn't do that on this map that I'm not sure if I like Star-Shaped's decision here. For the Archmage, of course, super nice. He is quite hurt, but there's Fountains of Health on this map in the upper left and upper right. There was no Entangle, so he could use the staff, and that's how he quit the situation fairly easily.
And quite the mistake here from Starship. He went down to the south fountain, looking for his opponent, but he was in the north, and he should have seen that, because with the self-teleportation, you turn into the direction where you're going.
Yeah.
Maybe Starship doesn't know about that, but he wasted a lot of time with this. AM had the time to creep thanks to this, and is almost going to get level 2 here. He found the circlet as well, but now he's going to get jacked. There is an entangle, so 140 at least should be the prize for the Night Elf. There it is. Actually blocks the way of the AM for a second at least. So that's footy kill number 3. They are starting to add up. And Star-Shaped, still no Expo anywhere
Attack.
in sight, not even a second Ancient of War.
But Tech, 50% done. But yeah, he needs to rush bears now. Very rare to see Star-Shaped with bears, but this is the only thing
Nice.
he can do against the
That was a
rifle.
nice wisp block here for a little while at least.
A player's forces are under
Tier 2 is
attack.
done, and we have a Blood Mage second. No MK.
Interesting
Okay.
choice. The Keeper of the Grove can easily be killed.
There's an entangle, but there's a staff as well. Has to repair here quickly to get the guard tower up. Will buy him, give him a lot of safety against these Huntresses. Water Elemental is just standing there. Oh, forgetting about that one. This is expensive. This is really expensive in lumber, and it may still fall. In fact, it is gonna fall. Oh, that's a problem for Yagami.
He's going Workshop
Player's forces are under
immediately.
attack.
And there's no space for the Sanctums anymore. Interesting.
I would have really preferred an MK though. But no, Blood Mage instead. Alright.
Double Engine of Lore by Starshape. This is Dryad Bears. Just the question is, how fast is his tier 3? He goes Panda second, and that hero helps, of course, early on against Riflemen. But there are no Riflemen coming. It's a tier 3 Mortar Tech.
Again, one base tier 3. Okay. 2 games in a row. Blood Mage is going to be really nice against the Panda. When he gets level 3, he can siphon a lot of mana away from the Pandaren. But a lot of map control now for Starshape, and if you grab map control at one point in the game with a decent army, you can take the 2 big camps in the middle with the 2 big consumables. That's one of the big reasons why this map has been rotated out, because that's a little imbalanced. And he got the first healing potion, and now he can move over to the next one without Ancient of War here. Actually, yeah, it does have an Ancient of War, so he won't even take too much damage. Yagami has to go for these tiny little camps.
Player's forces are
His
under
army is
attack.
still very small. Has to wait a long time here before his tier 3 is ready and rocking.
Yeah, his heroes are low, his army is small, but the tech is good. For Starshape, we just started tier 3 now, thanks to the Panda Inquiry and the lores, of course, pretty expensive. But creeping is okay, I guess, with Ancient of Wars, with Panda Drunken Haze, you don't take that much damage at all. Double Potion of Greater Healing is cool too. don't have
town is
upgrades
under
yet.
siege.
But Yagami needs towers. Not towers, blockers.
A
And I
player's
don't see them.
forces
Like,
are under
Knights
attack.
Mortars again, right? But this is gonna be very late.
But he's getting something done at least. If he manages to creep up his gold mine here, he's actually accomplished quite a lot with a single rifleman. He took like 4 camps. Admittedly, 2 of them were very small. And I feel like with a Keeper of the Grove, shouldn't you be playing this a little more aggressively? Taking the 2 camps in the middle, okay, I can give him that. That's a lot of stuff that you're also taking away from his opponent. But now, creeping the fountain here, would have much more preferred him to be aggressive with the Dryads, who are so good right now against water elementals. So
Especially since he knows that there's no Mountain King. I mean, there's no big danger. Yeah, banish and some right clicks, but it's not like you get storm bolted and surrounded and you can't really escape. With a staff, this Keeper with more mobility in general, he could have just run around, entangle mortar teams, entangle riflemen, and then what is Yagami supposed to do?
Yeah, I feel the same way. But as it is, Yagami has been able to creep up. He has been able to get almost to level 3. But now where does he go for level 3? The red camp is the closest camp. Well, I guess the green camp is the closest, but that won't be enough for level 3.
Griffin.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, guys, we're going super heavy tech on one base. That, of course, means this is all going to take quite a while. Paladin third, coming for the human now. Panda is going to hit level 3. And one thing about the Keeper is, usually he falls off super hard because Entangle can be dispelled so easily. But there's no dispel in this human army.
Nope, not the case. And bears are coming. So, can he time an attack
Player's forces are under
before
attack.
the Griffins are there? Because what's the anti-air here? It is the Keeper and 2 Dryads. That can be taken out, and the human army should be faster, I think.
But there is no slow in the human army, so the bears can't be controlled too easily. So you can't just freely rain down fire from the mortar teams on the Dryads. The Dryads may be able to survive for a while. But of course, Griffins are super heavy damage against the bears. That cannot be disputed. The biggest issue here I have with this human army is that he doesn't have any dispel. No healing, no dispel.
Yeah, that's true. But if you move... I mean, we have... okay, we have humans... Oh no, we had humans in the past who played without breakers, but very rarely without casters at all.
Yeah, and unless the armies are super big here, I imagine the mortar teams are going to be pretty exposed. Then we have Entangle, then we have Drunken Haze, we have Dryad Focused Fire. And now finally, Starshaped is deciding to be aggressive. He's moving south. The Dryads are scouting this creep camp being taken. Have to be careful though against the fragmentation shards, which I imagine has been upgraded by now. And Yagami may have to TP away from this. He's close to his base, though he really doesn't want to TP. But with Entangles coming in, this could be a lot of pickoffs. Actually, they're fast enough.
The Keeper is far away, but the Panda... Whoo! That damage was nice. Panda falls. And so that healing is gone. And now the anti-air is coming in against the Griffin Riders as well. The good thing is that his mortar teams are in a decent position. He had time to get rid of them. But whoa, that Breath of Fire was sweet. And now the Archmage is low as well. I don't really know how he can hold this.
AM in trouble, has to use a TP. And we'll get back to the safety of his base. He didn't use the staff there on the Griffin because I think he wanted to save it for the Blood Mage in case that one got into danger. Next Breath of Fire coming in. Starshape now really shouldn't attack, I feel, but he still has a healthy army, and he has dealt a lot of damage to his opponent. Flame Strike coming in as well. And behind all of this, there's an expansion coming.
Yeah, Starshaped expanding on the 3 o'clock position. And going for Ancient of Wind for Hippogriffs. He sees, okay, the main threat are Griffins at the moment. Only 34 supply though. The thing is, with mortar teams in the base, you can always hide them. Yeah, the Panda can reach, the Dryads can reach, but you don't really want them to. So he can't attack into the base, and that's why he expands here. Immediately scouted though. This time, it's the best decision by Starshape to do that compared to game number 1 where he stubbornly wanted to break that base.
Big item for him. Catgust Pipe. Amazing item. Not the best position though for him now to find himself in. He will have to TP out of this. And those Mora teams' losses earlier are so painful. Because he really has to have a decent number of Mora teams to take out the Dryads quickly. Because the water elementals have to be a vital part of this army. And of course that's not going to be the case if they just get dispelled immediately. 60 supply for Starshape against only 38. It's looking so rough for Yagami.
Yeah, Starshape not greedy at all, not waiting until the expansion is finished and then breaking upkeep to bank a little more and to get the 10 gold per worker. Nope, he wants to keep the map control. Understandably so, he has the big fountain next to him and he has the red spot on his side, so if he wants to, he can creep a lot. Panda close to level 4, by the way. And what can Yagami, where can he go from here?
Seems like he's all in here with this militia push coming in as well, but this is not possible. This is an unwinnable fight, but it seems like he's trying anyways. Drunken Hate's Breath of Fire, so much damage. Panda hits level 4 right here. We have 2 Griffins, but that doesn't seem to be good enough. Even the Force of Nature coming in. Flame Strike as well. It's looking pretty, but it's not good enough. Griffins are being hunted down. This seems to be the equalizer.
Players force
Water elementals get dispelled all the time. Nothing coming from the AM, aside from the mana. He's kiting backwards, doing his best, but the Mora teams are all dead. And now the Griffins have to run against a single hippo again. Archmage in trouble. If he dies, this is certainly it, and it is. GG. And Starshape.
Starshape takes this 1 point for Sweden, making it a 4-1 in the clan war. And yeah, we have to question again, why no Mountain King? Why no rifle play? Why this super greedy tier 3 tag?
Yeah.
Remo, what are the answers to those questions I raised?
Well, I'm no human player, but I'm sure he had a decent idea behind it. I think maybe he felt that once again Starshape was going to commit really hard to base push, and that's why he went so heavy for the mortar teams. But that was not the case this time. I would have liked to see him just go for that fast expansion. Keeper and hunts sounds dangerous, but the reality of the situation is there's only going to be 2 hunts by the time you're done with the expo. And by then, you are level 3 Archmage. I think that should be good enough. But it is scary, I can understand. And it seems like actually he likes to play 1 base.
Yeah. But then on the other side, why the Griffins? I mean, you need the blockers for the breaks to work. Maybe he thought, okay, I can micro well enough, but against the Keeper and slow from Dryads, that is so hard to do. And we saw it in the end of the last fight. They were just entangles against the Mortar teams left, right, and center, and they all died. And
yeah, I would have much preferred an MK as well. MK, Knights, Mortar teams behind, and a couple of Priests. Maybe Sorceresses. The Griffins really didn't seem to fit in there. If you have a big-ass economy, if you can go to 70 supply easily, go Griffins and Knights and all that, it is super strong. But on 1 base, of course, you are severely limited in resources.
true that.
But he is a very experienced human player. I'm sure he has played this before and has made it work before.
Yeah.
Didn't work here, though.
Question from chat from Uncle DJ. Maybe Yagami could have just tower pushed right away after scouting Keeper of the Grove and Hunters and killing an Engine of War. Tower push against the Keeper.
And against Hunters, which are already out. And you don't know if there's another Ancient of War coming up somewhere else.
Yeah.
That sounds very, very, very risky.
Yeah. You can put on a lot of damage against the Archmage, and without the Archmage you can't really tower push. AZ is next, and AZ will decide the series. Either Firestalker's catching up, making this a 4-2, or the 5th point for Sweden already. And Effect and Thorzane are yet to come. Effect still undefeated in NWC3L Season 9. Same as Still, by the way, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. So, I wonder if Yagami sticks to his one-base play here again. AZ, one of the best rifle push maps.
I think he wanted to expand on Secret already. And it was
Yeah.
just due to the
Yeah,
fact
we-
that it was scouted. And yeah. So I think he's gonna try to expand again.
Yeah, it was so weird that he ran away, because it's so likely that you're gonna get scouted. I mean, there's always wisps usually in position. But as you
Also,
said,
I was questioning why only 5 militia. I mean, you can do it, but
I think you can't go more, otherwise you don't have enough lumber for the expo.
Yumiko plays it same as on Engine Isles with like 8 to 9 militia there to just really secure this expansion. But those were the times when immolation was really a thing on the Demon Hunter, or Warden play even on Secret. Quite some time ago.
So, our questions will be answered here. Map number 3 has been loaded up, and we go in. We see this map a lot in the highest competitive circles between Night Elf and Human, and there it's all about early Night Elf aggression, harassment, either with Immolation Demon Hunter or even more so Warden, as we saw coming into the meta again here on AZ. Humans have reacted, the top humans, with going for the instant expansion. But it's only very few humans who really do this. I would be surprised, honestly, if Yagami did this here himself. And yeah, Star-Shaped, he is going for the neutral hero build. We saw from Moon here, for example, Panda first.
Yeah.
But Star-Shaped will be sticking to the more standard.
Do you think you could go for a Dark Ranger just because of the creep to get like 4 peasants into skeletons and then kill the expansion idea right away?
Yeah, but what if you don't get the peasant kills?
Then it's a problem.
Usually the peasants don't really take too much damage because the water elementals will tank it up. Especially if he goes for it later. Like if he goes for the normal creep route, so the AM hits level 3 in the end, it is pretty easy to creep unless you have like immolation to be worrying about.
We have a Demon Hunter, by the way. First time that Starshade decides to go for the normal hero. And no Huntress Hall, so standard Archer opening so far. On the other side, it's again Archmage Footman, no big surprise there. There's a Wisp in position for the detonate. There's a second one coming for maybe another detonate or the mercenary pool,
A player's forces
depending
are
on
under
how the
attack.
game goes, I guess. Creeping starts. We don't see a lightning shield yet. Trying to trigger it, but it doesn't seem to work. There we go. Maybe the Renegade Wizard was just a tiny bit too far away.
Early Scout Tower here by Yagami. Of course, Scout Tower is very, very cheap, so as long as you don't upgrade it, doesn't really come at too much of a cost. But yeah, Lightning Shield on the Night Elf side has been triggered, wasn't perfectly used, but still gonna help with the creeping here. Demon gonna get his fast level 2 here. Hoping for the claws, of course, as always.
Or
Player's
Circlet.
forces are
Circlet.
under attack.
And he
Also
gets
nice.
Circlet. Archmage got the Gloves of Haste, so Circlet is definitely better.
And already we have 2 Wisps in position for Starshade next to the gold mine. He could harass this heavily if Yagami goes for the creep. But as we said before, he may very well just attack on one base.
Does he know how to harass without Huntress?
I guess, I think so, I hope so.
A player's forces
Very
are under
interesting that he saves all his Wisps here in the upper left, so they can't be attacked by melee.
Yeah.
Here's the Mercenary pull by Star-Shaped. See the Shadow Priest, and that's one more Dispel.
And Yagami's attacking again on one base.
Yeah.
He does not want to expand. AM is already level 2.5. Demon with 2 himself. Is he gonna go for the boots again? Looks like it. Just his playstyle. Fast expansion, boots with speed. At least the dust here.
Haha! Look at
Player's
Yagami on the
forces are
left,
under attack.
building a tower right next to the rock columns.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of a Lin move.
Oh, man. That is so cool. And that's so unlikely to get scouted.
Yeah, the red spot is usually never scouted before very, very late. game.
Oh, that's so cool. You have to pay a lot of attention to it, though. You have to make sure you don't last hit the creeps.
I think it's cool because Starshape invested quite a bit into this tier 1 with the 2 wisps there, with a mercenary, abandoning his huntress. And so this could work. He could have the, or should have the time for it.
And now the AM is looking for the wisps, but they're all in this little corner up there,
Yeah.
where they're protected, most of them.
Yeah. Very normal to do for the humans to go into the Night Elf base at this point. Especially like the Chinese.
Oh, but
they
the
really love
Hunter's
it.
Hall. Oh. He's not going for it. Oh, there we go.
There's another Water Elemental, he was waiting for that. And the Footman. Easy kill.
It's still very early on in the tech, though, so this may not delay his tier 2, his lores too much if he remakes it quickly. AM so speedy here to get away with the boots. And there we go. Makes the Hunter's Hall again. So it is a little late, you know, but not delaying it by too much.
I like that he's going for this tower creep because usually you would have your experience from the natural gold mine. Now, of course, with one base you don't have that. You could go for a shot, but it's very obvious. And you need level 3. So this is one of the reasons to... What? Double Engine of War? Huntress Hall?
He's really afraid of a tower push, it seems.
Tower creep starts, by the way. Of course, as Remo said, you have to take care that the towers won't kill the rock golems. Because then you don't get the experience.
Takes so long, man.
It does, but it doesn't take damage. It costs only like a little bit.
This is gonna be a lot of experience and a big item. Ideally, he would love to give this to the second hero, which is the Mountain King, by the way. Surprising. Usually on one base we would see the Naga instead. But this time it is the MK. He sells the TP, goes for triple ivories. What? He's going for a fast tower push with an MK?
That is really weird. Or is like tier 2 expansion?
Oh yeah, it might be a tier 2 expansion.
Because he will have level 3.
Even stranger.
He will have level 3 from this creep for sure. I mean, there's no reason to go for a Mountain King.
Is he gonna get the last hit? I thought he was gonna mess it up here.
A player's force
Nope,
He
that's
gets
level
it.
3 for him. Cactus
Goodbye.
Pipe, well, would be very happy about that. Starshape now with a Panda again. Second time he goes for that hero. But Mountain King is out as well. But so far, no tower push, nor expansion. He's on tier 2, no Sanctums, no Rifleman, not even a Blacksmith. Very weird play.
The demon is level 3 already. He's gonna be so strong against this MK.
He had so much time. I mean, Yagami was not really on the map.
So, he sells the pipe, of course. Doesn't need that.
5
Is it just
ivories.
expansion time now?
player's force
5 ivories.
He's just attacking the base. There's 3 Ancients of War there. No, there's 2. Looking for the demon, going for him, focus fire with the Stormbolt, but he should have the time for the TP. It's close! He loses everything! Are you kidding me? He got stunned by the creeps!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a bash, and here's another one, and it works out so well. Star-shaped, attacked by creeps. Oh my god. Double hero kill
Oh, that is so unlucky.
by Yagami.
Oh my
And
God.
this game is turned on its head.
Yeah, that is so unlucky. Wow.
And now, thanks to the boots of speed, he gets the Shadow Priest as well. Oh, this is gonna be in a highlight video of Stoker for sure.
He gets bashed by the creeps. Can you believe it? Oh man.
What are
I
the
would
odds?
feel-
Like,
I would feel so cheated. How unfair is that?
pretty cool of Firestalkers to just hire the mercenaries, the creeps on the map to help you out.
So he gets Sentry
player's
Wards, whatever.
forces are
His
under
level 2 MK gets level almost 4 Archmage. And Starshape Man, he knew what was coming. Wise anticipation with the Angels of War. Didn't of course quite anticipate the heroes getting bashed.
Heroes are back though, at least the Demon Hunter. And here's the Panda again. Breath of Fire is gonna be
Uh-oh.
sweet! Oh no, it's not! Bolt, surround, kill again, die back. Or can he fight out? I don't know. No. Way too big this damage. And the Scroll of Healing being used as well. Towers everywhere.
player's force
And you
Night
need
Elves
the Panda.
Must love this.
You need the Panda to defend this.
He's coming in with his force here, trying to cancel the towers. The Dryads go forward, waking up the creeps. I don't think that's exactly intentional.
Nope.
Gonna be able to get some of those towers in the back. That's pretty good. And the footies not finding the archer connections yet, so he's canceling a lot of these towers, but there's so many that he has to cancel.
Once the first one is up, I think he has the time because the Dryads can't really stand it anymore, but he kills all of them, actually. That was pretty sweet by Starship, and the Panda is back, and a lot of stuff is hurt.
Level 4 for the demon. He's super tanky, but he's only tier 2. There's no bears. Once the moon juice is gone, the heroes can't heal anymore.
Again, attacking the guard towers. This is free damage now on the units and heroes. Scroll of the Beast being used, more damage on the heroes. Plus 12 we see.
He did such a good job canceling these towers though. He got every single one. Every single one. Wow, it's actually pretty sick.
There were so many of them. And Yagami's out of lumber. He can't build them anymore. All he has is footmen now. Stormbolt. Can he block again or surround again? Nope. Demon Hunter survives.
And of course it's bad that the towers are gone, but remember, there's no healing here for the Night Elf. Once this Moonwell is dry, and the Panda almost gets surrounded again, I think he is surrounded. He may be able to find out here. Is he transferring the TP? Something? Something? No. He's not doing it. He dies.
Bashed.
Oh. Almost surrounded.
There were 2 bashes again. Like, he's really not lucky with his heroes here so far. He has to kill so much, but there, as you said, no healing. Mountain King versus Demon Hunter. With the backup, the MK should win this, and with the heroes, with the items, of course, close to level 3. It's a massive army for Yagami. With footmen only, though, MK runs away, is slowed.
Level up. Heal potion transferred. Almost gets a Stormbolt. He has a Stormbolt. He's looking for the target. Where's he gonna come out? Close to the Moonwell, I hope for him. Stormbolt! But he still needs the damage. And now no more healing.
Everything is so bruised up, and here comes the Breath of Fire. Can he clean this? And it's a lot of experience for this Panda to climb up to level 2.5.
Stormbolt! Oh, he had the mana! He wasn't paying enough attention. The Zeppelin comes in, but only a split second too late.
Panda needs more mana. Zeppelin comes in to save the Archmage from a bad position. He needs to save a lot of those footmen, though. Actually pretty impressive how long he can stay alive with all of this. And the Panda is surrounded again.
And he dies again.
He dies in the circle pits, man. It's unbelievable.
These watermelons are just free experience every time. MK being remade. Gonna take a little while though. He's level 3. When he comes back with a mana potion. That's super scary for the Night Elf. The Archmage. So low.
Against
so
the
much
Giants,
danger.
he's just gonna lose everything. The Archmage is again in trouble, but the Zeppelin is there. But this is very close to 5 Demon Hunter if he kills all of them. Dryads need to do a little dancing, but actually Zeppelin helps. Whoa, what a game!
Players' forces are under attack.
Action-packed. Absolutely crazy. Yagami saved way more than I expected him to. The Zeppelin 30.
Oh, but he's still chasing forward. But he doesn't know exactly when the MK is back. I don't know if he has the timing down so well. Heal potion on the AM. So close.
Necessary. Okay, this is how I expected this to be. With footmen dying here. And it's just more and more Dryads. He has too much control. No.
But he doesn't know when the MK is back, so he's a little afraid right now. Zeppelin has been repaired again, so he can save his first hero. And there it is. Dude, this Demon Hunter is playing with fire. If the MK comes out here, he dies. Level 5 AM.
That makes Water Elementals not that easy to dispel, but yeah, this is the hard time for the Archmage now. Water Elementals get dispelled. Blizzard, you can't really do that against Dryads because they won't be affected by it. So the AM is just a walking mana fountain with a not so good right clicks. Once you go into Bears, you can go into Blizzard, I guess, because there's no disable. But that's gonna take some time. Starshade just started his tier 3.
I think Yagami has to expand right now. Right now. And with a whole bunch of ivories.
Still think it would have been the better idea to go for that instead of a tower push.
It looked so good, man. There was 8 towers coming
Yeah.
up, but somehow he cancelled all of them.
Yeah. In the end, you're always smarter, and Starshade played this really well, defended this really well.
And we said
There's-
before, this has to be the map that Yagami wins, but it's looking very unlikely. He's going for double scrolls. He's pushing the main again.
He only
We
has
have-
footmen. He only has footmen.
Yeah.
There's no sanctum, no rifleman, nothing. Just the tier 1 units.
And he has bears now. He has Reju now. The moon juice is looking okay again. Militia train. All right. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Tower push. Next attempt.
Well, in wrestling, they say never do the same spot twice if it fails once. So let's see. Starship still has
Look at all
the
the
edges
wisps.
of water.
There's
Huh?
no watch elementals anymore. He doesn't have mana. He only
Well-
has footy and militia.
I think that's actually good for him, because then he would feed the Demon Hunter into level 6. Oh, triple kill with 1 breath of fire.
He has Zeppelin here. Has to use it on the MK. Good focus fire by the Dryads. Panda's around it again. We've seen this before, but he has Zeppelin of his own now.
Scroll of Protection. No Dispel. Doesn't want to sacrifice a Wisp. And here we go. Towers coming up again. Master Bears, though, finished in less than 30 seconds.
If the Panda gets to 3, this is, I think, absolutely over. MK in trouble in the front lines. Heal scroll only for himself. The Zeppelin is not being used very well here by the human, we have to say. He can't lose the second hero. He transferred something, I think. And he was a heal scroll again. But if it was, there was 2 heal scrolls only for the hero. Panda has a lot of mana, by the way. They're lining up perfectly for the Drunken Haze Breath of Fire combo at the moment.
He
But
waits
maybe he
for...
wants to save his mana for level 3.
Exactly. Especially now that Master Training is ready. 3 Bears, tier 3 stuff, and the Breath of Fire. He wants to end it here.
MK's a Stormbolt, using it on the bear. And almost gets the kill, trying to load it up. Doesn't quite get it. Because he was stunned. And more towers are coming up. Is Starship getting distracted enough here to buy time for these towers?
So many of them. He can't really break it with the army that he has.
One is done.
28 supply only. Mountain King. Yeah, finally one tower's up. Second one about to be up. There's no Dryads anymore.
Second is definitely gonna finish. Is Yagami stealing this game away out of nowhere? It seemed like he should have lost this a long time ago. Second
Crazy.
tower's up. 2 more are almost finished.
And the Engine
Are you
of
kidding
War.
me?
The Engine of War is died as well.
Player's force.
And now
And
with
Star
4
Shape.
towers, this is so hard to break.
Shaped
I
is
would love to-
supply stuck. He can't go for Dryads or Glade Throwers or anything.
Panda is level 3 though. That's a big deal. Would love to see a shot from Yagami. He's getting it right now. Super duper power build. And now he has clarities. Now he has regen scrolls.
Yeah, he needs something on the Mountain King. He has
So many
potions
towers,
as well.
dude. Holy crap.
A town is under siege.
Regen scroll.
Not using it yet. There's
What's
more Breath
happening
of
on the
Fire.
MK?
5, 6 towers up.
How's he supposed to break this?
Unbelievable. This one distraction brought him back to the game.
Mana potion going for the demon. He's low HP. He has to burn this MK. Otherwise he dies. Stormbolt is cooling down.
There's still mana.
Hiding in the back.
He can't really go for the mana burn because the range of this one is better of the Stormbolt.
Stormbolt.
Long range. We
Boom.
don't see it. GG. Starshaped is losing his game in the final, and Yagami, man, what a comeback! What a turnaround after 18 minutes here. His games to showcase back then. Thorzane versus Still both have the same win rate, or almost the same win rate against the respective matchups here. So on paper, it's gonna be super duper close. Of course, there's a lot of pressure on Still. Thorzane might be used to the pressure from his old pro gaming days. And of course, he has Effect backing him up. He has Dovahq backing him up. So it's not going to be easy.
All right, we saw on Echo Isles, a really small map, a map where oftentimes we will see tower pushes from the human, maybe with a Beastmaster if they find a decent level 3. This is pretty much what the entire early game revolves around. Can the Archmage get level 3? And this is not so easy here. Unlike on Twisted Meadows or perhaps also Amazonia, You really have to outmaneuver your opponent. Holy smoky. It is not gonna be an early level 3 Archmage because it's a Mountain King first.
Really interesting. I think in the past few months we have seen this once or twice. I don't really know how well that went. Not like this is super out of the meta, but it's possible. Expansion is very easy to take. Doesn't matter if you go for Archmage or Mountain King, but if you go for fast expansion, then the question is how do you get to level 3? And without that Archmage, the question is how do you want to pressure the Orc into the mid game?
But the thing is, if you go for AM Fast Expo, the Orc may still be able to kill your expansion, you know, through your construction because he has so much damage. But with a Stormbolt control, I guess you should always be able to get up your Expo. But it looks like he's not going for the instant expansion, he's going for the little green camp first. Same is the case for the Orc, but he's probably just gonna try to snipe the item. One burrow attack is certainly what we're expecting here from the Orc side. He hasn't scouted anything, so it's very likely that's gonna be his choice. Claws of attack for the MK. Never bad. Gloves of haste for the blade.
I guess they
Quick
want to
tech.
trade. But okay, TP sold. Tech is on the way. No tech from Thorzane yet. But yeah, Mountain King 1 base? What do you think of that?
Sounds like it should never work. I saw it work once by Infi, but it's Infi.
It's iffy.
Players' forces are under attack.
And still has a lot of the map
And
so
the grunt, he has to react quickly, otherwise he's gonna get bolts surrounded. How? Oh, he moves very quickly. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just barely in vision range for the MK. He's
And
gonna
he
get the over Magi.
Exactly. With the Scroll of the Beast here, sells it immediately against human. Not that great. Especially with the Mountain King if your damage dealer is disabled for such a long time. That helps as well. Thorzane pulling Militia. Merc Camp or Expansion. Merc Camp would be super late and weird, so... It is the Mountain King expansion on Echo. What's Still's plan to break this?
He would of course love to steal the last hit of the Ogre Magi. There is no dust of appearance on the human side. Hasn't had the time, of course, to go towards the middle. He's trying to bait the first Stormbolt here. So he goes towards the creep, he finishes it and gets the last hit as well as the item with the claws. One peasant has died, but this is insignificant damage and he can't commit with a grunt, but it's just, because it's just gonna get Stormbolts surrounded.
Yep, there's 3 more bolts if you calculate in the mana regen that he has.
Very close.
Runs away, though.
Almost got the last hit.
So, we saw Still with Wyvern, right? He defeated Mackie, that was a human player. I'm not too sure if he played Wyvern, but Wyvern is an option, Mass Raiders is an option, Tier 3 is an option, and Expansion is an option. But
This is so nice by both players here. He's trying to pull him out of position with a single grunt. But Thorzane's too smart for this. He's not going to fall for this. He knows this will be happening. Stormbolt, almost surround. Not quite, doesn't force the Windwalk yet. He has 2 more Stormbolts here, actually. But now also 2 grunts. He could just click on this Town Hall. Maybe it's enough.
I don't think so. With only 2 grunts, I don't think so. Against that,
It's a lot of damage. It's a triple items Blade Master.
Yeah, but the Blade Master will be Stormbolted and then has to run away. Double Bestiary. I wanted to, talk about the Wyvern more. Since there's no Archmage, obviously there's no Water Elemental, and there is 0 anti-air for Thorzane at the moment. Wyvern do have a great timing now. They can be bolted, obviously, but you can't one-shot them. And anti-air is pretty far away. He needs to rely on towers. That delays his tech. That creates even more space for Wyvern. Interesting strategies. This grunt almost dies to the creeps, but it's fine. And he gets the second unique spot with the 12 o'clock and now the 6 o'clock position.
But the MK gets level 3. Massive deal, of course, as we all know. And Home Intelligence also not too bad. Good scouting here by the footy. May have to give up his life for this, though. Is it even enough level 3?
Yes.
Okay, it is. Barely.
First guard tower coming. It's Raiders. It's mass Raiders pillage. But Thorzane, I was just about to say, like, he has towers up already. That makes the pillaging a lot harder. If he is not fortifying his main That would be a big mistake. Then still could just run into the base, get some gold while attacking, destroy some infrastructure. But he's securing this as well. 2 guard towers on top, 2 towers in the back, and in the bottom.
Forces are under attack.
Looks good for Sweden so far.
Yeah, I really like Thorzain's play. He goes for the 2 towers each to make it safe, but doesn't overinvest, so he's still teching now. So he's still on a decent way tech-wise. And still wants to expand here himself, it looks like. There is a peon here. Is the human gonna sniff this out? Is he gonna see it somewhere? Is he gonna be able to prevent this? Good footy scouting again. Sees it at the perfect time.
Yeah, this is gonna be very hard to hold for still.
Forces are under attack.
With only raiders, I mean, there's still good normal damage from Thorzain. He picks up one of the
Is
footmen.
it so hard to hold though? He has 3 footies. It's like, that's it.
Yeah, you just can't commit with your footmen to the expansion. If you lose 1 or 2 or 3, it's okay.
Yeah, but I don't think he can get it. There's 2 end snares. There's Hex. He just has no damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Or can the MK do it by himself? With 1 footy. 2. Alright, he's getting more footies. But still knows about this. Of course knows that his expo is really exposed. Blade Master is level 3. And there's the ensnare. And he has so many ensnares, man. He can keep him pinned down. He needs to. Oh, can he get the ensnare before he gets to the town hall? I don't think so. Use a speed scroll for this. Where's the Blade Master? Ensnares against the footies. Blade Master's just standing in the middle. Alright, he's coming now.
Mountain King gets a lot of damage and TP's out. It's too dangerous. He knows that the Blade Master's coming in sooner or later. Gets 1 footman. I can't cancel the Great Hall. This is so important for still. Gets more workers, gets Warmill as well, getting ready for those 5 peons that want to mine here. And his army is big enough so that he can just pressure. And buying time off of Thorzain. Tier 3 almost done though.
What's Thorzain gonna do on tier 2? Rifle? Triple Sanctum maybe, Neo?
Well, with a blacksmith, I don't think he's going triple sanctum. I mean, the upgrades for breakers are nice and all. And it's floating in resources. But is it really worth it to just go for the blacksmith because of the upgrades for the breakers? I don't think so.
He's gonna kill it off. What's the lumber looking like for Thorzain? That's oftentimes an issue for humans on Echo, but no, the lumber's looking fine. No problem there. MK caught out of position. He doesn't have a TP! He's tier 2 though, right? He's tier 2. He can buy a TP now. And potions.
He has 2 more Stormbolts as well. So he killed 1 raider. Might kill the second one with another Stormbolt.
Yeah, good control here. Moving into that little corner. So he gets 2 raiders here. We'll have to use the TP.
But the potion is there.
Oh, he's trying to go for the kill. Is there another ensnare? Keeps the Blade
there
Master
is.
control, but there's an invul. He blocks the way with the peasants. Damn, Thorzain. What a player.
But the Mountain King is out of items. Okay, now he bought it. Long range purchase. Via Warcraft's Amazon, I guess. But the shop is gone now. And this is the last healing and the last mana rack he has. So tier 2 has to save him. Archmage second. It is double sanctum. Second blacksmith in the north. And he didn't get this attack upgrade. So the breakers aren't that crazy.
Tier 3 coming for the Orc Neo. Tier 3.
Really?
Especially against an MK, it's not so good. Oh, Archmage though. Where are you, buddy? Speed scroll, commit, but he sees the AM has a TP, so he can't save himself. Siddle's playing this very aggressively. He could have just gone for a lot more creeping instead. He could have been able to creep much more quickly, much more efficiently than the human, who basically had nothing for the last 5 minutes.
Very early breakers. He goes there before priest, before Sorks. Usually Sorks or priest is the first thing you do. Triple sanctum, Remo. It is triple sanctum time. And I love the Blizzard choice. I mean,
on level 1, it's so weak.
it's okay for just zoning and keeping
You only
the
have
raiders
like
away.
4 blizzards, and then you can do nothing for a minute. Unless,
Yes.
of course, you have clarities, I guess.
Still
Needs to find
damage.
some experience, is what I'm saying. And Sanctum's getting attacked here. One of them, at least, outside the base. Pillage and Raiders makes this very efficient. Tier 3, by the way, finishing up here for the Orc. No Spirit Lodge yet, by the way.
Yeah.
He's Going Wind Riders now. Envenomed Spears, I guess?
There must be. And Venom Spears plus Kodos is super strong.
A player's forces are under
Sorceress for Thordain though, and then third Sanctum again. No Altar of Kings means, of course, no chance to go for a Paladin, and this is resources for still. King getting another pickup with an Invis potion in his inventory, interestingly.
Why isn't he going Walkers, man? Tier 3 Walkers are the shit. But no Wind Riders. Still committing to this main here, but 3 guard towers do decent damage against his Orc army. Is it enough, though? And he's losing a lot of infrastructure here as well. Farms, altars, all that. MK is harassing the peons, but he's gonna be out of mana at some point.
He killed 2 grunts down there.
Yep. And some peons. Very obnoxious.
And Blizzard time. This
The expo
creates
here
some space.
down here for Thorzain, though, doesn't look so secure. Only 2 real towers, which are kind of exposed. Staff back, though, from the MK. Archmage, I mean! Uh-oh, he's in trouble.
Why would you do that? That was a suicide mission.
And no altar, right?
And no altar. He has to go to the tavern. He does have enough resources for it, though. Mountain King has to get back. Does he have a staff or something? No, just a TP and Invis potion. Shop is gone again. Does he have a second shop here? No, he can't go breakers anymore. He queued a few.
Third hero, Torrent Chieftain, buddy. Triple hero orc, alright. He actually revealed himself to get the Raider here. That's of course going to be the TP. Pretty even trade, I guess. Heal scroll for still. 2 heal scrolls. No, 2, 1. 2 heal scrolls for him.
Looking good for him, man. As long as he keeps the pressure up and can just pick a few units here and there, this is looking really good, man. Better tech, better control, a lot of map control for still.
And there's no way the altar is coming up down here. Oh, he's
No.
committing to the towers. If he kills these towers, he should win this game.
And the
So then he
floodgates
has
are
to
open.
react.
The Wyvern damage is exactly what he needs to kill those. And again, there's not too much that he has to fear for because the anti-air is non-existent.
a player's forces are under attack.
Kodo gonna be able to munch something. So many ensnares, so many kills. Thorzain is against the ropes right now. This seems to be Still's game.
1 tower remains alive, but there was 6 supply, 8 supply dead for Thorzain. And he's just like, usually if you have that human expansion, you explode into 70, 80 supply, especially with those 3 Sanctums. But one of the key reasons why Still is still in such a great position in this game is that he killed the 3rd Sanctum. And Thorzain just not, it's not possible for him to get the big army up at the moment.
And now his expansion down here is going to suffer even more. This does expose the backside of Still. Maybe an SH surround, something like that. It looks like he needs to go for a Hail Mary play. He has some rifles now, though, against the Wind Riders at least. Well, only a single one. That's all the anti-air. And Blizzard, I assume. No ensnares against the Blizzard. Only the 1 Blizzard, I guess. Scroll of Healing coming in as well. Blade Master, Wind Walk forward, going for the Archmage. We have a Stormbolt onto the Raiders. We don't have many of them left. Scroll of Speed, where's he going? Aggressively? It seems like it. There's no way back for Still here, but he has still such a big army. MK in trouble, getting ensnared, getting focused. He's level 4. No items for him. It's GG. And Still, with a tenacious, aggressive game, never letting up the pressure. Well played.
That was, once again, really impressive how Still handled this. I've seen so many orcs struggle, especially like in like Fly, Lin, whoever, finding the right mix of units. So, a lot of them go for walkers. You pointed out how strong they were. He did not. He had the raiders when he needed them to kill the infrastructure, to delay the 70 supply human army with the raiders first. Then he took the time to get the expansion up and the tier 3 tech. Big investment. And then when he needed them, he had 4 wyvern, killed the towers, went through the bases, and killed off Thorzain. Props to Still for that decision making here in this game. Really strong.
Yeah, it was just absolutely amazing. If Thorzain gets the time to get to his 80 supply, big scary army, Then Mass Raider, Mass Wind Rider isn't really so amazing. Wind
Yeah.
Rider, I guess, since there's no water elementals. Then you really want the walkers. But in those early little, it wasn't even skirmishes. It was like little picks and prods towards Thorzane. Get a kill here, get a kill there. So many ensnares, pillage. You get so much economy from it as well. So much infrastructure is being killed off for your opponents. That was actually really, really good.
Yeah.
He is a strong player, man. MVP so far for our team.
The only player so far that defeated Thorzane in this league is Helsing with a 2-1. Could be another Orc defeating him. Still getting rid of Last Refuge and Terrana Stand, so Thorzane can pick from AZ, AI, Secret Valley, Turtle Rock, and Twisted. So definitely not Secret Valley. And he picks Secret Valley.
And
What?
still vetoed LR and leaves in TM. It's like, at least on the highest level, surprising, but okay.
Usually you never want to play on maps that have a health fountain against Orc. But Thorzane seems to have an idea of what to do here. It is a very small map, but if you want to go for a tower push, you can go for AI. What do you why SWE?
I think that the health fountain aspect is a little overrated. Of course, you can never fight against an orc at a health fountain.
Yeah, but you never fight on Secret Valley on those positions, really.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you have your grunts parked up there to heal, then they're not doing anything else. They're not creeping anything. They're just standing there and healing up.
Yeah.
So you save
Well,
you save money, but you lose efficiency.
If you attack them, or if you are there first, then you can creep the spot, of course, while healing up. I mean, you wake up the dragon and take some damage, but it should be fine. Thorzane is a very smart player, and he needs a plan here. And I'm very curious what he wants to do and how he executes.
Yeah, I think
this.
it's a pretty okay map for Archmage 3. Now, we saw MK first, so it may be MK first again. We have seen MK fast expos here on this map. But if he goes Archmage, I think it should be decent for level 3, right? There's so many green camps. You can go to the fountains as well. You can kill the gnolls. Interested to see what we got here. Again, we don't see this map much anymore at all in the tournaments we usually cast, GCS and, well, I guess in the Jera Cups and Walker 3 Alive Cups in there. We still see them sometimes. But all right, let's go. Map number 2. If Still makes this a 2-0, he gives Firestalkers a decent chance because they are still trailing. Sweden is still in the lead. But the MVP for Clan FS is delivering at the moment with a very strong game number 1. Can Thorzane come back in game number 2?
This would be a huge surprise if Still takes this 2-0. I don't think Sweden expected no points from Thorzane at all. I mean, it is the FS star player, and he starts in the bottom left in Yellow Rock, and it's still from Germany, facing Thorzane from Sweden. So far, we don't see the hero pick yet, and that will decide a lot on this map. Archmage or Mountain King, what's your pick?
MK.
Okay, Archmage for me. Archmage it is.
Yeah, MK is really risky. One thing that the MK has going for him here is actually the heal fountain, though. MK can oftentimes suffer from dropping low and then being in danger. But yeah, it's the Archmage. So, is it going to be Archmage expansion? 2 borrow tech here for Still. If the human goes for the expo and gets pressured with 2 early grunts plus the Blade Master, this is going to be so dangerous.
Okay, the calm before the storm here on Secret. If Still wins this map, then Firestalkers all of a sudden has the lead in this clan war. So what's the normal creep route here on SWE? I haven't seen it in a while.
But for the human, it's definitely the gnolls, I think. Unless you want to go for a super fast expo. But yeah, it's the gnolls. And the orc can oftentimes skip the shop here because there are heal fountains. And then you go for the claws at the gnolls, I think, at the heal fountains. Maybe grab up a circlet before. Or you could go for the ogre magi.
Still goes for double burrow before tech, so it's not a super fast tech.
So he's gonna have 2 guns out very early, compared to what's normal nowadays. Interesting here that the Blade tries to be aggressive when it should be obvious that you can't really contest this creep camp, but maybe just wants to go for the Archmage, which is what he's doing right now. AM is the weakest hero in the game health-wise on level 1, and already down to almost only 300.
Forces are under attack.
And at the health fountains you can heal, yeah, but for that you kind of have to stay still or consistently micro him around the fountain. And of course the creeps can be woken up.
He's still trying to do that. I mean, boots of speed not available. It's gonna be key for Thorzane to get the boots to be able to run away from the Blade Master. In the meantime, Grunt is harassing. Thorzane is attacking. No expansion here. That is pretty normal. And the tech is behind still, despite the 2 borrow tech.
A player's forces
That's of
are
course
under
thanks to
attack.
the Voodoo Large that was able to delay for so long. He hits level 2 here. He did hit level 2 here on the AM with a simultaneous creeping. And the Blade Master, honestly, is not making great use of his time at all at the moment. He is still on 0 experience. Now he's going to try to get the first claws of attack. Or something else that nicely beefs up his blade.
Lumber Mill in Thordane's base. It's a tower rush.
Sometimes they only get it for the Wyvern Harass defense, so it doesn't have to be against the tower
But
rush.
still seems to know going for a War Mill early.
Player's forces are under
The AM
attack.
keeps on creeping here. We oftentimes say if you want to go for tower rush, you really, really want level 3. Good scouting here by the Grunt. Gonna see the AM. Is the Blade Master gonna be in time here to steal the last hit? He's buying time with his Grunt. Close. And he gets it. Well done. Steal the experience away from the Archmage. And I guess Thorzane could go creep the green camps with his militia right now, but not what he's doing at the moment. And the Grunt is also scouting for this on the other side of the map.
Yeah, he was in the base for a long time. You see the farm
A
burning there.
player's forces are
So
under attack.
Thorzane is far away from level 3. Every single bit of experience counts that you get away from the Archmage in the early game. And this is gonna, I mean, this is not enough for level 3, not at all.
Nope.
As he can't kill the dragon.
And he gets scouted here quickly again, but at least he was able to grab out the item. Gloves of Haste. Nicely here in addition with the claws that he already has. Decent damage from the AM. Not, of course, quite the same as the Blade Master's. Even if he doesn't have the best items.
Double
And a
lock
Blood
hits.
Mage second.
Okay, yeah, you can tower push with Blood Mage, with Siphon Mana. Beastery
player's
and
forces
Lodge,
are under
not going
attack.
for Headhunters or anything. Wow, this scouting game by Still is super,
Yeah.
like,
Town is
it's
under
so
siege.
good.
Pretty good. Is he even gonna get the Lodge here? The AM has to be careful, man. He's super low HP.
Shadowhunter's
Can't
about to
commit.
pop out.
Yeah. He doesn't know exactly when, but he knows that it's gonna be very soon. Wants to get the deny. They're playing for the last hit here. Alright. Gets it. Oh, and there's the Hex now! Is this gonna be the TP? Scroll of Speed, he's not using it yet. And it has to be the TP. And now, Still knows, alright, either you go to the fountains to heal right now, or you're gonna be super vulnerable.
A player's forces are under attack.
Leveling up the Blood Mage solo at the moment. Waiting for some items there. It still has so much map control. This is not supposed to be that way. He has time for his raiders, he has time for his walkers, he has the Wormhole up already. If he has to defend, he can go Headhunters, he can get a Kodo, which is always great for tower for defending tower pushes, and catapults are enabled as well. So he has all the tools that he needs prepared and can go for them.
Greater mana, what a find for Still. But now there are sorceresses for Thorzane, and there are ivories in his inventory. He has a healing potion as well. They're still gonna see this ahead of time. He's so close to seeing him. Sees the Archmage now. We're still only level 2.
Yeah, still far away from level 3. And again, 3 right clicks against this Archmage, who's still down to 300. 1 Hex and Snare and Blade Master right click combo can end his life. He has no TP in.
Blade Master only level 2 though, with not the most
A
damage
player's
on him.
forces are under
But he
attack.
keeps putting on those right clicks. But now it's revealed. He's slowed. The SH needs to come to aid here. SH? Scroll of Speed. Hello. And there it is. Hits the level 2 as well. Very important, of course, for the heal wave. Level 2 for the Blood Mage as well. So now we have Banish.
It's just a disable this time though. It's not a damage amplifier as there's no nuke coming from Thorzane. Still level 2.3, man. This is...
Yeah. And this is a pretty late tower push. Like, the Orc has a lot of stuff already. No adept training yet. Only coming up for the Walkers right now. But he engages anyways.
Okay.
What's he going for?
No speed scroll, right? Okay, it's still on cooldown. He has one to engage or disengage. Good caster army, but what's in front? Not too much. Basically, the raiders and grunts can roam freely here.
First tower has already been killed. Second tower is gonna follow. And the militia are pretty damn late, aren't they? Only coming in now. Nice banish save there on the priest. That was well done. Additional healing for him as well. Blood Mage very far forward. Uh oh, if he gets ensnared, he might be in trouble. But there's Banish again. Heal wave to heal up the Raiders again. He has the greater mana still. May have to use it soon. Scroll speed. What's he going for? Not too much, it seems. Oh, but now ensnare. Here we go. Going for the Blood Mage. He has mana for one more. Heal potion transferred as well. And actually, Thorzane is making this push work pretty well, it seems. However, still no towers up for him.
Usually, the longer the fight goes, the better it is for the human, but he started really well. He's surrounded now, but a lot of the units belong to him, so he can escape there, or should be able to escape there. With this grunt, I don't know, saves him into a banish. This banish paid off so well.
But it's over now, and there's nothing here to save the Archmage. He can't banish him, he can't do anything. First hero dies! And that is usually the beginning of the end. Or can Thorzane make a miraculous comeback happen here? He's down to only 37 supply, and... this is looking bad. One more ensnare could be the next kill. He's looking for the surround here against the rocks, and he almost gets it. But even if he doesn't find the kill here, he is driving this human back now easily. However, AM has been bought back and is back on the battlefield.
Still could end up this series undefeated. Oh, again. Surround, he doesn't follow it up that well. Banishes himself and Siphon mana to get rid of another Hex, which was quite nice. Control of still, at the moment, a little lacking. But he can make up for it. Or is this the opening for Thorzane? Still 42 supply against 50. But again, no item. He was ensnared. He's not surrounded. He's ensnared again. Banish saves him for now. Is it just a postponed death?
There was the last banish. One ensnare after the next. Blood Mage out of mana, getting focused with the ensnare. This might be his end. And... it almost is, with the ensnare that has to be the execution. And yes, it is. It is GG. Well played. 2-0 for still.
Firestalker's out!
Alright. It is not close positions. Dowaku against... I'm blanking. Against Ido.
You forgot your name of your name of your clanmate, man.
You know, so many German undeads. All of them below me. It's hard to remember. Ido, the king of the frostworms. Of course, those are not really part of the meta in this matchup, unless you actually do go for mass ghouls. But haven't seen that in quite a while on decent competitive level. So what are the early game builds here between the two? Dowaku used to be renowned in the matchup against Orc when all other undeads seemed to be hopeless. He had pretty good results with his mass frenzy ghouls. And guess what? It's a ghoul opening. This could still be a DK, a transition into fiends later on that is more standard nowadays, but this being Dowaku, being old school, this may very well be a lich.
Would be so cool to see, man. His games back then for serious gaming alongside Violet and Rotterdam were pretty damn dope. He had a very good showing in one of the latest NWC3L seasons. Of course, that is almost a decade away. We have to see, what is it? Lich or DK? Ziggurat is finishing up.
I think it's lich. Pretty sure it's lich.
Yeah.
It is. Nice! Alright, this still can be a fiend transition. If he goes super balls to the wall, old school, he's gonna go double crypt Gargs into triple hero with Dreadlord with Frostworms. Now that is a super old school, and that is something we see very rarely only.
That is like Mad Frog days old school.
In 2009 we still saw that as well.
With
2009 was
Dreadlord?
like the era where fiends and the ghoul meta were kind of fighting against each other.
I don't think a Dreadlord second was common.
No, Dreadlord third.
Ah, third.
Lich, DK, Dreadlord.
Okay. For once, I'm trusting you on that with history knowledge.
I remember quite a few crazy games between Lucifer and Susiria, I think it was. Lucifer going for the Fiends, Susiria going for the Gargs. Captain Sexy, do you guys remember? Those were the days. So
He,
yeah, Lich.
got a very beautiful wife, I heard.
A player's forces are under attack.
I'm
Just random
glad to
trivia.
hear it. Very far forward Ziggurat here for Edo. Wants to have a narrow tower out in front. Really good for against the Lich. Slow him down, keep the Nova away from the Acolytes for as long as possible. Of course, he can't scout early on, going for the fast Fiend build. But seeing an Acolyte early, obviously he knows that his opponent isn't going for the fast Fiends. I wonder how familiar he is with
Player's
Nova
forces
Q.
are under attack.
If you play a lot of ladder, you are familiar with Lich Ghoul aggression, because that is played there all of the time. But again, at the very high level, it is more of a rarity.
Good inventory here with the Mantle of Intelligence. DK only starting now. The reason of that is, or for that is, of course, because of the build order. If you go for Fiends, your hero steps out a little later because you need the Graveyard for the Fiends. If you go only Ghouls and Lich, you don't need that Graveyard. Therefore, Alta and units are faster. And is this a special Remo creep route with Lich Ghouls? Going for the red spot immediately?
Please, Remo is robot. Remo only make Fiends. That's pretty cool. He waited for nighttime as well to be able to go in there before taking all of that damage. He delays his tier 2 by a lot though. I wonder if this may be a bit of a mistake, bringing one more ghoul than necessary. Nice scout by Edo. Sees this happening. Of course, he's way too far away to do anything about this, but he knows about it. Very unfortunate item here for Doa Q. The worst one probably, the Lion Horn. But it's a very nice creep out because it lines up perfectly for level 3 Lich. And now, this guy, if he grabs up the boots of speed, is a real danger in the early mid game.
This is a 4-minute level 3. It's pretty sick. Nerub Tower coming for potential harasses with skeletons. Actually, the last hit with this one skeleton was very, very close because he didn't really focus the Warlord with everything. If he loses that red creep there, that would have been disastrous. But yeah, boots for him, and now off we go.
Nice scouting by Edo again. Saw this once more with the skeleton ahead of time. Narrow Tower is in the base, but towards the left, seems like the ghouls will be able to get in without being slowed down. And now two Fiends getting caught out of position. They could die quickly to a surround here. But there's a Narrow Tower now helping him. Edo not pulling the ghouls yet. The next Nova is gonna hurt though. Two Fiends next to each other, only hitting one. The coil misses.
That hurt.
The second Fiend is gonna die by the looks of it as well. Certainly with the next Nova, but he doesn't even seem to need it. But he uses it anyways to secure the kill. Two Fiends in the early game is a big deal. He traded it for two ghouls, but of course that's a ghoul, trade that Doba takes gladly. If he gets this ghoul, it gets a little better, but no, good blocking from Doa.
Almost a surround here, but of course the forces are not that as strong anymore. How would you compare... Oh, actually Dark Ritual? That's not enough for another Nova. How would you compare losing two Fiends to, for example, two ghouls, two grunts in the early game? Is it like equally bad?
Yeah, kind of. Well, no, it's not as bad because Undead can always creep with second hero and Rods of Necromancy fairly easily, whereas if you lose too many grunts, you have such a hard time creeping. But as far as the late game potency of these two armies against each other goes, it certainly hurts. Of course, ghouls he has... Oh, he runs into a surround here perhaps. Let's see how good the surrounding skills of Doa Q are. He has been practicing, he slows him down again, and here he gets the surround. Oh, but he has the Cloak of Shadows, but there is a dust.
There's dust in the shot.
Can he move out? He tried to, but he couldn't.
So two Fiends and a TP. All before 6 minutes in the game.
That was a big mistake there, running into the base so deep, not looking at the first hero. Something that shouldn't happen, but we're only human. Nobody's perfect. Tier 3 is coming for Edo very quickly, delaying his slaughterhouse as well in favor of the Lich.
Did you see Tryhard Dovaque there, dropping the Mantle of Intelligence before using Dark Ritual? Shows how
yeah,
big
man,
this is.
min-maxing, dude. What do you
A
think?
player's forces are under attack.
Gotta do it. And the DK now running around with low HP and without potions / TP. So if he finds himself out of position, he may just die very quickly. But he's being careful.
Aggression by Dovak again. 5 ghouls this time. Freshly bought new run of Necromancy, and tier 3 is on the way. No double crypt, but a DK second. Of course, the coils will not be as strong.
Under attack.
On the other side, the nuke will not be as strong. The DK of Edo is still level 2.6.
Oh, damn, dude. Doakyu. I thought he was gonna go into, you know, Fiends because he didn't have a second crypt, but now he is going for the second crypt. He is going all out old school. Well, I guess...
It could be Mass Fiends, though.
No, dude.
Otherwise, yeah, then he would have started Fiends already.
Yeah, you don't need 2 crypts. Gets the last hit steal here. Well done from the Lich of his. He's making really good use here of his first hero. He has another Nova. This may be the kill here. Not quite though. The DK is coming in for Doakyu as well. Ghouls are looking for the flank. Pretty dangerous for Edo. Next Nova could hit hard, but no, he almost has another one after that.
Quite a standoff here in the south of Turtle Rock.
If Edo had gone for Slaughterhouse earlier, this would all be much easier to deal with, but he decided to prioritize tier 3 more so, which he just hit.
A player's forces are under
But Doakyu now, able to steal the Ogre Magi. This is very mana intensive, but it's definitely worth it. Big item and the rune. And the item once again, pretty bad for him.
Against this hero focus, if a lot of Fiends attack you after a Nova...
Nah, but when you play ghouls, the ghouls are always in front. Your heroes don't get focused.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, speaking of ghouls, they are being flanked now. Spent too much time doing vacation on the hills of Turtle Rock.
A player's forces are under
They're just going for some harassment here. For Doa, he has 1 Nova. He has 2 if he uses the rod. That could be some Acolyte kills. Has the Telly Staff as well to get out.
Oh, that's sweet. Good position there. Run of Necromancy as well. And he's going for the ghouls. Sweet position for the Nova. And he has another one now. Edo's down to 110 lumber. And he loses all his ghouls. This is not good at all.
I think he's going to be able to save the last one at least. But yeah, that's definitely expensive. And the Lich can easily TP Staff home. That was not expensive at all for him.
And Gargs are coming. Web upgrade is on the way though. He needs quite a bit of web for this. He has 5 Fiends, so that should be enough. Web, kite, and kill something. On paper, Fiends are supposed to win this battle, of course.
Yeah, the Gargs are of course only there to deal with destroyers in the air / Frostworms. Frostworms of course very unlikely. So expensive. But against destroyers, the ghouls plus Nova are supposed to take out the Fiends. And you have to kite and coil them quickly against the quick burst damage that can be coming in from your opponent. Usually in big armies then, the Doakyu in this case would be going for Frostworm as well for even more slow. So those Fiends can kite even, have even a harder time kiting. But that is far away. No boneyard yet for Doa. We have a Dark Ranger 3rd, which is usually amazing in Undead Mirror. But against a Ghoul player, not too helpful.
Why not?
Well, usually she's there to, of course, silence in a, to prevent the healing most of the time, or to keep a clutch Nova away. But it's not like there is such a precise timing where you have to hit your spells here as Doakyu. If you don't hit your coil, who cares? The ghoul is gonna die, so what? If the fight begins and you can keep the Lich from Novaing, I guess that's good. But it's 425 mana for something that does as much damage as a Fiend. You can go for 2 Fiends instead of a Dark Ranger.
We have a lot of map control from Doakyu. He has both of the wards, so he kind of has shop control, at least vision on the shops. More Gargs are coming. DK rising up to level 3, but red spot for Edo. That's the Helm of Valor. That's certainly not what he wants to have. Captain America helmet for undeads. Certainly a meh item. Second red spot belongs to Doakyu. Far away. Can easily do this here. Level 2 on the Dark Ranger. Lich is level 3 as well, so hero levels on both sides are good. In the long run, Dovahkiu will have the higher level heroes because he just has 2. Doesn't have to share the experience by 3. I like
Yeah, the level 3 for the Lich for Ido is the really big deal. He also keeps the Potion of Greater Mana on his second hero, because the Nova is going to be so extremely effective against ghouls and gargoyles, both. We have the Cloak of Flames on the DK. Could be nice, could also be...
It was a Tome of Experience though, he picked it up with a decay.
Are under attack.
Which is interesting to me because the Lich is almost level 5, and if he picks up the Tome with the Lich, he's 13 XP from level 5.
Yeah, and level 5 Lich is of course crazy good. Seems like Dovahkiu wants to go for some Acolyte harassment again, do as much damage as possible and then TP out most likely. DK finds the Pendant of Energy, very good item for him. He has to TP despite being only like a few yards away from his main. Can he find some kills on his way out? Nope. The TP for Dowa was too fast. I think he only got 1 or 2 ghouls though, so no Acolyte damage. Both players still sitting around 50 supply.
Lots of
And
scouting
honestly,
by Ido. 3 skeletons venture out on the map to see if there's an expansion or not. On the other side we have a Shade and of course the 2 runes still there for Dovahkiu.
yeah, Dovahkiu has so much information. And Ido really should start scouting. He has a Dust of Appearance now. Is he gonna pop it? The Shade sees this though. Oh, he runs out of range just barely. Shade survives. And Lich is level 5.
Lich is
This
5.
is a big, big deal.
The nuke is really hard. Still sitting in no upkeep. 700 gold banked. No sign of an expansion there.
Players' forces are
For
under
Ido we
attack.
don't see the mass destroyers. He gets more fiends for more web. And Invo Potion and Heal Scrolls of course. He has 2 Invols, 2 Heal Scrolls. On Ido's side it is 1 and 0. And especially against the Nova, Heal Scrolls could be good. It's only 3 targets though.
DK gets level 4. That's also nice. Everything's a little bit faster. And Dovahkiu is going into upkeep.
Ido as well.
Ido needs to scout this soon. He is as well? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Fiend upgrades. What do we have? About to be 2-0, I think. Oh no, 1-1.
It's a Dreadlord third, by the way. Style points for Dovahkiu for sure. But it makes a lot of sense. So much melee with the ghouls, so much melee with the Gargs attacking the upcoming destroyers, if he goes for that. So,
Yeah, and usually you really want to have a destroyer against the sleep. Because you can, of course, cancel it with a right click, but that takes way longer than the spell. And once there is a destroyer, the Gargs become useful again, who have 2-0 themselves, by the way. But Dovahkiu needs heal scrolls against the Nova. And he has 2, so he's looking pretty good. Did he get a third one? Wow, 3
Players'
heal scrolls for
forces are under
Dovahkiu.
attack.
this will hurt tremendously. Destroyers in the air now as well. 0-0 on the ghouls, 2-0 on the Gargs. There's still the Scroll of the Beast. There's the spell now, of course.
He sees his, Eo's army here with his shade.
He's very
Oh.
confident.
That would be the perfect position here for Ido, though, in this little choke. Is Dovahkiu gonna follow in there? Or is he just gonna go for the base?
Killing the shop would be nice, but it's well protected.
Tense moment here. Silence on the Dark Ranger. No dispel. There it is. Nova on 1 ghoul. Seems to be a bit of a waste, but he has the greater mana. And here we go. The big fight starts. Silence on the Dark Minion, actually. The Destroyers taking so much damage from the Gargoyles. The Ghouls moving forward. So much damage on the Fiends as well. Heal squad number 1 coming in. There's a lot more where that one came from. They're not really hiding too well, the Fiends here, it seems. But the Ghouls on the ground have mostly evaporated. So much damage really from these Destroyers. And the Gargs, we don't have too many of them left. How much mana is there on the Lich? There's another Nova hitting more of these Gargs, but I think there's still quite a few in the air. Hard to tell here what's going on in this battle. So much is happening, in fact. Lich level 5 for Dovahkiu is out of mana. That's a big deal. He ate something for Dark Ritual. Wasn't enough, though. DK dropping low for Ido. May have to use the TP. He runs away instead. Silence on something. Gets dispelled, however. Healing Coil comes in at the last moment. DK still copying a lot of damage. Nova against the Gargoyles there. 41 supply for Dovahkiu against 40 for Ido. super even fight in the end.
Wow. 2 Gargs still up. The ground army is gone. Is he going for abominations? Not yet. We have the vampire aura. More Gargs are coming in. Of course, with double crypt, you can refill your supply in no time. This is way harder with fiends. Hits another Nova there. Level 5.4. DK getting close to 5 as well for Dovak.
But
He
Dovak blasted through 3 heal scrolls as well. That's a lot of money gone.
That's pretty sick, indeed.
I thought those ghouls were gonna survive longer, but with the splash damage from the frost, from the destroyers, excuse me, and the Nova, they just all popped so quickly.
Exactly, and this is why I find it weird that Dovak is still going for ghouls. I mean, of course, they have a lot of damage, they get HP back, but wouldn't abominations be better? I guess he needs the time on the slaughterhouse for statues? Double heal.
And it's really hard to connect the damage with the A-bombs, they're so slow. Whereas the ghouls will find the way to their targets. Here's a heal scroll again. 2 again. 2.
But Ido has 1 as well on his DK. Of course, purchasable at the Tomb of Relics.
Almost all of the creeps are gone now. We only have a couple left at the top left, top right red camp, it seems.
Very, very intense Undead Mirror. Usually, sometimes to be honest, we fall asleep during Undead Mirror, but this one is really, really close. 50 supply for the Swedish player, 49 for the German Ido, of course.
And the Dark Ranger here for Ido is level 3. I wonder what he's skilled. If you went for level 2 Dark Ritual, this can be a lot of mana for the Lich, who is level 4 himself. So level 2 Skellies with level 2 Dark Ritual, that is so much mana.
The problem is that Dovak has no statue on the ground at the moment, so he can't really get his mana back up. There is some, but he's not fully... there's no full mana, while for Ido, there's a statue working overtime here, and he will have
the statue is in the main Doa statue. Like, for no real reason. Maybe you forgot about it, I'm not sure. Maybe he wanted to bring something with backpack and realized, oh, right, you don't have a backpack. Acolyte moving out now for Doa Q. This is the late expansion, it would seem.
He has 1,000 gold and no lumber. Can of course follow it up with an Acropolis and stuff, but this is it. If Ido, yeah, he breaks upkeep. Very good decision by the German to do that now. Of course, undead expansion so hard to get up.
But triple heal scroll again for Doa Q.
Yeah, he has so much gold, he can afford it. The time is ticking.
I can't believe this shade is still on his ass. Should have made a sacrificial pit at some point, I think. But he was always low on lumber, so it wasn't so easy to do.
Yeah, thanks to the one ghoul harass earlier on. We do have 2 heal scrolls for Ido as well, so it's not that big of a deal. Skeleton sees the army moving. Closer to 5 on the DK. Will this level 5 Lich make the big difference in the end? There's no 5 on Ido.
And the Shade sees Ido moving out. Doa Q going into position to defend his expansion. He's not yet ready with all of his army. A lot of it is still in production. He would love to delay this for a little while.
The Destroyer is getting a lot of vision here as well. On the hill. Doak is going for more Gargs. Some of them finishing. There are 6 Fiends again. I don't know if this Garg play is the right thing to do.
He has quite a few ghouls though, plus level 3 Nova to deal with the Fiends. Very tense moment. A lot of damage in Doa Q's army here. And Destroyer's getting morphed again. Alright, screw the recovery. We're all about damage, boys. So which army is going to die faster here?
Lich a little out of position, catching quite a focus there, down to 50%, gets a coil as well. But here comes the Destroyers. Mass Destroyers for Ido. How long can the Garg stay up in the air and do the damage? Weapons coming in, sleep on the Lich for no Nova at the moment. DK can coil as well.
That Nova on the Ghoul was absolutely ridiculous. They're almost all gone despite all of the heal scrolls. DK still has mana for coil. Saves that Fiend, and Ido with good kiting. Is he doing it here? Heal scroll at the perfect timing to get everything back to decent health again. We still have a couple of ghouls in the air, Gargs in the air, excuse me, for Doa Q. But they're getting wet, they're getting focused. Level 3 for the Dreadlord here for Q. He's getting focused now. Does he have something to survive the Nova? The last hits? No, he dies. No invul means he dies quickly. Lich eats a gargoyle, goes for the DK himself. There's a TP on Edo's Death Knight, but he wants to stay in this fight for a little bit longer. But he has to TP out now. Has he done enough damage? More Novas, more kills. Almost all the Fiends are dead. 51 supply for Edo. 35 only for Q, but his Expo is up.
Not running though. The main gold mines have expired. The Swedish player is the only one mining, and he has to come back. The pendulum needs to swing back into Q's face if he wants to win this. Okay, he sells a lot of ziggurats. Goes into 51. He needs to invest now. Okay, he stays at 51. Invest this into items, I guess. Heal potion, invul potion, and nothing.
All
Can
in
he
from
get...
Edo.
He's getting the Dreadlord back, but since he rose up to level 3, this almost takes 90 seconds and more.
By the way, the DK is out of mana. That's the one thing I have an issue with here. The Acolyte is repairing stuff in the main base. Who cares? But
He
Haunted Gold Mine
unsummons!
gets sold.
He had summons the Haunted Gold Mine.
Man,
Both
what a close
players,
game.
both
Holy
players
crap.
on no income.
So now, Edo could sell his Helm of Valor and then go for an expansion. Or move forward. And this game has been all about aggression. There's no expanding.
Q wanted to expand in the upper right, but there's still a Berserker, so he can't get it up. And there's a Scout. Good scouting by both players throughout the entire game. Seems like a do or die, but it's Q's base. He has the Black Citadel and his shop.
Oh wow, so much mana on the Lich for Q though. Holy crap. Almost full mana. Look at that Nova.
Pretty well done, but he has the time to take out the shop. No more statues. Well, there's no gold anyway. I don't know if it does do good or a big difference.
Speaking of statues, both players have one. Regen in this super late game is paramount. DK, 0 mana for Edo. I think he really has to go for a mana potion. DK for Q. He's level 5 himself, by the way. And the Dreadlord is back.
Alright, the aura is back. Did he skill aura 2? No, it's sleep 2. So making it cheaper and lasting longer. Last creep on the map has been killed, and the DK is still not 5. As you said, Edo could sell the Helm of Valor for something better. Invul potion is one available? Yes, it is.
Oh, he may get caught out of position here. He moves away fairly quickly, but the Nova hits him. Quite a bit of damage. Still only one coil on this Death Knight.
It's kind of impressive how Edo is fighting against way better heroes the entire time. Second Nova connects. We have 5-5-3 against 4-4-3. And those level 3 skills, man, they are such a big deal.
This expansion up here, by the way. It's almost done.
A player's forces are under attack.
I can't believe this in the end turned out to be kind of Destroyer Wars. He needs to sell some buildings, man. I need some mana potion on this DK. Like, essential for Edo.
Sell the helm, get a mana potion. Just a few seconds and he's mining again. But Edo sends out an Acolyte for scouting. And a skeleton as well. He will see it. And I can't cancel it anymore. The skeleton expires, but the Acolyte sees it right in time. Not cancelable. Q has to interfere. Otherwise he will lose this Haunted Gold Mine for free.
And he's positioning himself between the bases. Lich going forward for a Nova. But if he just wastes the Nova here, is that really the best use? It's just going to get healed up. I think he should hold on to his mana for the real engagement. Yeah. He eats a ghoul here for more Nova. Full mana again on the Lich. Destroyer Wars is finally here, guys. Destroyer Wars is all about hero focus. Whoever loses DK or Lich first is gonna most likely lose the game.
Dreadlords has no item. No invul on the Dark Ranger as well. Those will be the prime targets.
And here we go. Silence on the DK. Sleep, I mean. He's going for the Death Knight of his opponent first. Wants to get rid of that healing. He's moving in again from the right side. Needs to be careful though. The Destroyer is just shooting at him. Dark Ranger getting coiled here again. DK moving in again for the coil from the right side. Lich in trouble a little bit. Silence on the Death Knight. The Dark Ranger may die right here. She's trying to run away, but the Lich is in range for the next Nova and she dies. But now the DK, low HP as well, has to go for the invul. Dark Ranger losing her is painful, but it's not game losing.
No silence makes it hard. DK level 5 as well. The Lich is still up. Do we have a statue for Edo? Yes, we do. And now, can he take out the Acolytes to stop mining? Dovahq is on 900 gold though. From this mining. No expansion for Dovahq. Almost level 6 for the Lich.
What a crazy game.
Another Tomb of Relics for the DQ.
It's level 5 for the DK, man. That actually makes a bit of a difference.
And summons the Haunted Goldmine though. Both are back to no income.
Oh, he unsummoned his altar before. This Dark Ranger is never going to come back.
Oh boy.
Players' forces are under attack.
Dovahq makes a, what is it, 25-minute graveyard.
27, almost 28. And more ghouls. Edo unsummons his main building. He has a level 5 DK now. Big game changer.
Yeah, and that's gonna be enough money for the Dark Ranger.
A player's forces are under attack.
Whew, okay, what's better? 4 destroyers? Well, both have 4 destroyers. What's better? A Lich, a DK, and a Dark Ranger, or a Lich, a DK, and a Dreadlord?
Well, of course, the Dark Ranger can hit more with the silence, but can be dispelled. Same goes for the sleep, of course.
Right click wise, the Dark Ranger is better.
The aura doesn't provide anything at this point, only for the DK.
Lich level 5, of course. Well, the thing is, Lich level 5 is really a lot better against units, but against heroes, it's only 50 more damage. And it's even less than that, thanks to the damage reduction.
Killed the graveyard.
I don't even think Graveyard is so good. Like, he goes for Fiends, but the Fiends will die so fast. He's going for the Tomb here.
Edo and his destroyers, man. Big love story. In UD Mirror, at least.
Keeps them all alive, but now they're all bruised. Might this be the time for Dovahq to be aggressive?
Yeah, and some small buildings. Including the crypt!
What a game.
At least one crypt. He passed over the orb before to the Dreadlord, so he can attack air as well. Is this a draw? Could this end in a draw? I mean, everybody wants to fight at home. Edo at 40 supply, can't build units at the moment. Statue still has a good amount of mana. Dovahq can go over 40. He has to invest in a bit. Into items.
How weird. this could take a little while, guys.
Could also be over with one big engagement.
The shade here is so good for Dovahq.
Triple invul for Edo.
Yeah, invuls are absolutely
One invul
necessary.
only for DQ.
He sold so many items, Dovahq. He had a talisman before and a periapt. Those would all be really nice right now.
And he has no statue.
And no invuls.
And
He has one. Only one, though.
And he has...
He's making double statues. He's committing even more to the destroyers.
I think he just needs healing.
A player's forces are
Healing and
under
reach.
attack.
Man, invuls.
Gonna be
And
hard.
the thing is now, with the heroes, Dark Ranger and Lich can both shoot from range, whereas for Dovahq it's only the Lich.
You can't pass over the orb if you really want.
Yeah, but as far as damaging the heroes goes.
Yeah.
Well, well, well.
Interesting.
What an
Double
interesting
shit.
game we have here indeed.
Old school.
Alright, he's gonna be able to morph another destroyer. Ido cannot. He doesn't have the money for it.
We have 2-0 upgrades against 1-1.
Yeah, 2-0, of course, much better. Very unlikely that a single destroyer here is gonna die. So, that armor isn't really doing much. Dovahkiu has the bigger army, the higher levels. But no invols, and maybe the worst hero with the Dreadlord.
But the Lich has a clause of attack that makes up for a little bit of damage. On the other side, we have 2 gloves of haste, though. This Lich is also very strong, and the Pendant of Energy, so more Nova.
It's probably going to come
Just
down
weaker.
to who has the better dispel timings. You have to get rid of the silence and the sleep very quickly here.
Dovahkiu is still selling buildings. Ido is not.
There's a mana potion. Healing potion, excuse me, on the DK.
And now he sells the shop. He can't build anything anymore.
He could go for an invul. He has the money now.
Should be very obvious, right?
Oh, but no, he morphs all of the destroyers instead. All of them. No more healing.
Supply against
Players'
Ford.
forces are under attack.
But yeah, stronger Lich, no invuls. This is the situation before the big last fight of this game.
Ido should avoid his opponent now, as long as these destroyers have mana. Is he gonna do it though?
Looks a little bloodthirsty. First Nova hits. This is the fight that we've been waiting for. Sleep on the Lich there. And he's only waking up now. First invul potion on Ido's side has been used already, but there's more.
Dark Ranger in trouble as well. There comes the coil. Lich is silenced as slept, but the DK now in trouble. Deep trouble for Ido. He may die right here. That will of course be the game, and it is too much damage. DK falls. GG. And this game goes to Dovahkiu after 34 minutes.
What a game.
Damn, dude.
That was a crazy back and forth. Opening
think
up
that
with the schools, man.
Yeah, you really have to go for the DK in these late game scenarios, because he can heal everything, but he can't heal himself, of course. Should have probably held him back further, his own Death Knight, you know, to not be able to be focused too easily.
Yeah.
But cool game, cool undead mirror.
One of the coolest undead mirrors for sure. Came down to the very last bit. The expansion worked out in the end. Dovahkiu had a little more gold. And now it's Ido's time to vote. This was the equalizer for Soviet War Elites. 5-5 in the grand final of NWC3L. Doesn't get much closer. But Ido kind of has to win. The rules in NWC3L always a little confusing for them. 2,600 viewers, by the way. Shout out to all of you coming to watch this grand finale. And we have a few new subs, Remo. Where did you stop thanking our supporters?
I think we stopped at Bolle.
Okay. And thank you DC Stars, Xwap, and Skierwolski for the host as well. 6 months for D-Stars and Xwap for 13 months already. Thank you for the long time subscriptions here.
Alright. Guys are doing the videos right now. And then we're gonna have map number 2. That Lich Creepbrow was pretty sick though on Turtle Rock, we have to say. Such a fast level 3, that was absolutely crazy. And he killed 2 fiends very early on, that was already a good start for him. Ido fought back pretty well though.
Yes, especially considering how long Dovahkiu was fighting with level 3 Nova and level 3 Coil. And Ido didn't have those skills for him. I mean, he had the skills, but not the levels. Pretty impressive. We go on to Ancient Isles. AZ and Terranas are out.
Ancient Isles, is that really a Lich Garg map?
SWE would have been a Lich Guard map.
Yeah, absolutely. On AI, you have the Merchant is really nice to creep with Lich and Ghouls. And the Gnolls in the middle as well. Aggression is also pretty good, I guess, on AI. But the other camps, there's like almost no medium armor. It's all heavy.
Yeah. Maybe it chooses AI because like rush distance is so short, and you can go for the move your hero into the base, summon skeletons, and attack the acolytes thing. Works of course better with Nova than it does with right clicks of the DK.
Look who's here.
Ziggy!
Iggy, how you doing?
He must love you,
I think
as everyone does.
Wait, I have to let him out.
Alright.
Game's up, I think.
Yep, it is. We have a lot more Warcraft 3 content for you in the upcoming weeks. It's gonna be crazy, boys, because we have next week starting the March qualifiers or qualifier races for GCS starting on Thursday. On Wednesday, of course, we have Doyu Super League with Group A, which is insane. If you look at them, 120, TH, who else was there? WFZ and Focus. Only 2 of those 4 players will survive. And yeah, then from Thursday to Sunday, we have GCS Asia, and then right around the corner is GCS qualifiers for Asia, for Europe and America. So the upcoming weeks and month will be crazy here on this channel. Feel free to support and sub and follow and whatever to not miss anything. But that's for the future. We have our 2 players again. It's 1-0 for Dovaq. It's 5-5 between the Soviet War Elite and the Firestalkers. Who's gonna take the lead? Will it be Dovaq with 2? If Dovaq wins this next map, he has 2 more points. That would be the 7-5. And obviously match points.
Or can Ido come back? Had it been a 2-0 for him, this would have already been game over. But no, not quite. So, again, we have Fast Fiends versus Ghoul build. Is it gonna be the Lich again? I think so. And then, again, the Gargs and all that. Makes sense on AI. The Gargoyles against the Drakes. Can grab up 2 items very quickly. Ido could try to play against us with getting web early, but that would severely delay his own tier 3. So that's very, very unlikely. And yeah, it's the Lich first again.
This is so cool. I mean, DK is kind of boring, as we mentioned before, and Fiend Wars are nice to watch for Warcraft 3 purists or whatever, but Lich vs DK is so much more enjoyable to cast, to watch, and I guess to play as well. So it must be the rush distance, right? To go for this map. Or he has a pretty cool creep route again to hit level 3. Remo, on this map, how do you get to level 3 the fastest?
Well, I don't know about the fastest, Neo. It's always about, evasion as well. You don't want to get found, So there's this really cool creep route which I did against Cash, which totally worked out very well.
Town is under siege.
Which is go to the opposing gold mine, then creep the merchant, then creep the green camp, and boom, that's level 3, and then you can reinforce with new skeletons. Of course, that's only the
Player's
Fiend
forces are
creep
under
route.
attack.
I guess you could do that with ghouls as well, but it's harder to do. If you go for ghouls, you can go for the merchant right away. That is instant level 2. But it looks like that this is going to be no creeping at all from Dovaq. He's moving across right away, and he may get the very, well, not the very first, but the second ziggurat, because it's not done yet. This one is going to take so much damage. He has to repair this very fast if he wants to keep it alive.
Someone called it. With 4 skeletons here. Used 2 critters before.
A player's
Here we go. I think,
forces
yeah,
are
it's
under
too late
attack.
for the ziggurat. But with good surrounding skills, he can kill 2 fiends again.
But the first Nova is not enough to find the kill here, I guess. But both fiends here are in a bit of danger. 2 Novas for 1 Fiend. He gets that 1 Fiend, but he trades it for a Ghoul, maybe even 2 Ghouls. DK has... Oh, the Lich surrounded here? He's almost surrounded.
It's a lot of
Ghouls dying everywhere. The Fiend can't get out. Where's the coil? Where's the coil? Coil?
No mana.
Oh, he doesn't have the mana. Ah, okay.
So again 2 Fiends.
And a Ghoul.
And a Ghoul.
That's expensive.
And there's still skeletons here in the Echo line. So this will cost some... Oh boy. This is gonna be a late tech for Edo.
And he only got 2 Ghouls for it. This is such a bad trade. And... like, why did he make the... Making the Ziggurats in that order is just worse. If he makes the other one in front first, he can upgrade that tower way earlier.
Yeah. There's no tech from Dovek at all. He's just scripting and building more bulls. 4 minutes in, this would be attack timing, otherwise. But this is gonna be more pressure.
He's gonna take now though, right?
He does.
What's...
Oh no, like...
He's going for boots before tech. I mean, I know boots are good, you know, don't get me wrong. But tech is also pretty good. Replenishment here for him, really nice find on the Lich. Did he seriously just forget about it? Sometimes, you know, you spam your tech and you don't have the resources and then you forget about it.
He techs now. There's 2 coils. But the ghouls are quite hurt.
Lich has almost 3 Novas here for Doa Q. It's pretty scary. Tech-wise, the 2 players are almost on par. Actually, despite this early game, Edo slightly ahead. Because of Doa Q's late tech here.
Yeah, but the levels on the Lich again, so much better. Try to surround, I guess.
Almost.
Get it.
Another Fiend in danger. 2 Fiends, can he commit with these, or is this still not good enough against the Ghouls? He gets the... Oof! Almost! Gets it now. Good surrounding skills here by Doa.
But he might be able to fight out.
Oh, wow.
Coil saves
coil.
it.
And he
Long
gets
range.
it. And
Wow.
he saves it. But there's another Nova.
But this could have been... Wait, was...
Cool, nice Dark Ritual there.
Exactly. And the skeletons follow. I wonder if Edo micros well enough to save that Fiend as well.
Nope, and the other one died as well. Multitasking lacking.
4 Fiends.
That is tremendous damage.
WQ's not going for a graveyard yet. There we go. Now he has the time. This aggression pays off really well. Level 3 Lich again in below 6 minutes. And the DK is far away. Nova getting stronger. Coil staying on the same level. And with the boots he can chase so well. Here we go again. But it's only 2 ghouls. The cold effect doesn't last forever. But this is exactly where the boots shine. It's also harder to block him. But Edo is doing a good job at the Nova with the instant cast. Is faster than the long range coil, which of course has to arrive first. So it's 5 Fiends now.
Usually that's GG. Usually that is super GG. Tier 2 finishes here for Edo. Trying to get a ghoul. Oh my god, is he even gonna get surrounded here? That would be the disaster. Wakes up the creeps. The ghoul is gonna die.
There's another Nova soon. Lich is coming for Edo. As you said, his tier 2 is finishing up rather quickly. Skeleton almost getting a ghoul in the base, but no.
A player's forces are under
Tier 3
attack.
tech by Dovak. Oh yeah, there was another Nova on the DK, so he has to be really careful. Tremendous early game. Just a tremendous early game.
Yeah. And if Edo had one forward Ziggurat with an early narrow tower, this could have all been very different. But sometimes you get greedy, you know? Sometimes you don't want to make that tower if you don't have to. You want to have that fast tech. But then you can get punished as well.
As we said before, Dovek Q won his Undead Mirror due out the round robin stage against, or one map at least against Sheik. Lost the series 2-1, but Sheik is a very, very experienced and very good player. That's no shame. And the Lich is coming with an invisible potion. No tier 3 for Edo yet. There we go. You can't cancel it still. Of course you don't never want that.
a little dangerous for the Lich though. He doesn't have a telestaff, so he may get surrounded in the base.
A player's forces are under attack.
So he may just want to steal some last hits, or ideally a fiend if one should present itself vulnerable.
It's funny how you can feel the tension again. Oh, nice Nova.
Oh, nice. He stole it
Yes.
with putting it on the DK.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Area of effect was enough, and so the Lich still at 0 experience. DK still far away from level 3.
And this time he's transitioning into fiends, actually.
Yeah.
A
This is
player's
what made him
forces
famous
are
in the
under
matchup
attack.
versus Orc, where he wept down the Wyverns then. So I guess no Dreadlord third this time.
He's just standing next to the tavern, waiting for the Dark Ranger, I guess. DK needs some levels here for Dowa Q, though. I would prefer to see the Lich not being part of this creep camp. But he soaks up some experience here as well. And takes this away from Edo at the same time. Shade coming in again. This provided way too much vision in the first game. I wonder if he's going to have an answer this time. Statue now going to help out a lot against the Nova, of which Dowa Q has no more. Edo is going to have one more in a
Forces are under
second.
attack.
And Edo finally being able to put some pressure on his opponent. How is he, by the way, ahead in supply, having lost 5 fiends? Isn't that ridiculous?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. His surviving skills are really good. But this Lich, will he pay off in the end again? It's the calm before the storm for sure.
And the thing is, like, when you have mass ghouls, you don't really need a level 3 DK, because the ghouls are the most important part of your army.
Yeah.
But he only has 4 ghouls left, and he's going into more fiends. And when you want to go into a straight-up fight, then you really need level 3 DK.
A little bit of creeping on both sides.
Yeah, Edo doesn't have that either. Double rings here for him, very unfortunate. No claws so far. Claws can be a big determining factor in this matchup. But now, Orb for Dowa Q coming from the high ground with a 3rd hero. That's going to be a big power spike for him.
Was Dark Ranger? No. He has the gold for it though. Or had the gold for it. Here we go. Nova and Orb of Corruption. Edo can just run. There's no chance for him in this fight.
Forces are under attack.
Way too early this coil. But did he get it in the end? Yeah, he did.
Got it.
Pretty sure. Got closer to level 3 on the DK. And yeah, that could be a big momentum swing if he gets level 2 DK before there's
Dude.
even the Unholy Aura.
He's going Crypt Lord 3rd. What?
Edo, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, this is still the old patch. You know this, right?
Maybe
The
he
new
thinks
patch,
he's...
by the way, Crypt Lord is way better in the mirror. Better impale, better movement speed.
On the other
player's
side, we see a
forces
Dark
are
Ranger.
under attack.
Maybe he thought he's contained and he needs it very soon and he has no chance to go to the tavern.
Oh, this could be a nasty creep jack, though. The Shade, again, sees all of this. Edo never scouting for it. DK 1 kill away from level 3, but he's not gonna get it. And now, this is a nasty flank. Edo's trying to stay in this. He wants to get this last hit. He gets it as well, but not the item, Ring of Regen. But good micro on the Fiends. He actually keeps all of them alive.
And this last hit on the creep was so big, got the double level up on DK and the Lich. And now the Crypt Lord is out. He had... I could have had a chance to go for the Dark Ranger, but... I think it's a solid choice. It's only good against Fiends, though. Not against the heroes. And last game was revolving around heroes so much.
I think his Impale can be really good. If you hit like a couple of Fiends and a hero, it's amazing. But it's not reliable. Whereas the Silence always hits a good target.
Yeah. Again, the Lion Horn. This game really does not want an aura to give some kind of favor to one of the players.
Is he ever gonna scout for this Shade? This Shade has gathered way too much information. Dowa Q though, sending it nicely away. Realizing that there might be a reveal coming in. Hellstone, pretty nice for Edo.
DK with
Dowa
TP
Q
and
really
people.
gonna run into the base here. With Fiends, that's not as easy to do as it is with Ghouls, of course.
2 invulns on his hero, 0 for Edo. Oh, there's a
And he's
Fiend and a statue in the base for Dovaque. Again. Well, must say. So this is not a 50 supply army. This is 46.
He's gonna get a ghoul. It's actually a level up here for the aura. That's actually pretty damn good. And he's gonna get more ghouls here by the looks of it. But if he has to trade them out for a TP, that is kind of an even money exchange at least. But of course he got experience as well. Alright, so he got 2 ghouls for a TP. Not the end of the world for some mining off of the acolytes.
Upgrades coming. Defense upgrade here. 1-0 for Ido. On the other side we see 0-0.
Oh, the ghouls don't have frenzy actually for WQ, making them a lot
Players' forces are
weaker.
under attack.
Alright. Next big creep here. Is he finally gonna get the item? Is he gonna have the time? Once again, Creep Jack coming in. He tried to steal it with a Nova, a little too late though. And Ring of Region for him as well. So many rings for Ido. Should really put the invul on the Lich though, I feel. Destroyer's being morphed. Destroyer's being morphed for Ido as well. First Nova coming in. Healing against it with the coil, and here we go. Big fight is breaking out. Crypto looking for the Impale. Can't quite get it though. The Fiends are lining up nicely. Where's the Impale? There it is. Onto the heroes. That was well done actually. Fiends are dying very rapidly on both sides. Level 2 level up for the Crypt Lord. Only 2 Fiends left. Oh, last second coil actually by DoaQ. I don't know who has the upper hand here. Still very even in terms of supply. DK getting focused. He's dropping low, but he has the health stone here. He didn't look apparently in the inventory for what to focus. Going for the Lich next. He gets the coil though. Only level 1 coil doesn't heal too much, but does a decent enough job, I guess. Crypt Lord out of mana. Fiends dropping low still. DK in trouble. He might die here, but actually he gets away, just barely getting blocked by the Fiend. But he gets out there. DK needs to eat this health stone very, very soon. Does it right here. Lich out of mana on both sides. Almost level 3 for the Lich for Ido. 1 more kill will do it. But he has to lose another statue here.
Can DoaQ clean this up? He lost a lot more supply than his opponent. DK is still hurt. Lich on the chase. No mana for an Impale here. So
Is he really gonna
the
creep
dust
this?
settles.
Oh, he doesn't have a TP! And he's gonna creep this! Wow, this is so ballsy, to say the very least. But he's always coming with a shade. This shade is so MVP, man.
And he gets rewarded for this. The flute is amazing in this matchup. One of the best items. Damage upgrades for everything, but now he's backed against the corner.
If he dispels the skeleton, he's almost level 3 Lich. 3 experience away. And then he has a Nova again. Here's a statue.
Even has
He's going for mercenaries to
yes.
you. For healing.
Shadow Priest for the healing.
And Ido's it's morphin time again. Screw the healing.
Go Power Rangers. 52 supply for the German, 45 only for DoaQ, and as we said, no TP. We have 1 heal scroll, we have 1 invul, but this could be the end. Double hit on the heroes, good engagement for Ido.
Kicking the folks again, level up for the Lich, he's level 3 here for Ido. If he goes for the DK, he should be able to get the kill, he gets the kill. But his own DK in trouble as well. There's a Nova long range, both Death Knights are dead. Ridiculous game. He's chasing forward, he's gonna get another Fiend. And he's gonna get all the destroyers. Uh-oh. All the destroyers here are wept down on the ground. But the Lich is dropping low as well. This is ridiculous.
How long can he stay? There's no coil, of course. There's no aura. The Lich is chasing. There's more Nova. One of them will die, and it looks like it's Ido's. And here we go. Lich dead. Only 1 hero remaining for the German. Is DoaQ actually doing this against all the Fiends and the Crypt Lord? The mercenaries are dying. There's still destroyers in the air. Can he get a counter kill somehow?
He could have saved his hero there. Invul, run to the to the lab and go for a Zeppelin, but of course panic in that moment.
Yeah.
Didn't realize.
What a game. DoaQ down to 31, Ido 44.
The DK's coming back from the altar, and he could buy the Lich from the middle. Or maybe even has the time to get it from the altar as well, but it's gonna be a very, very long time. Crypt Lord is 3.5 suddenly.
Ridiculous. Very, very rare to see that both DKs die in a matter of split seconds. Of course, way worse for Ido because that was his first hero, not the second hero. Lich was still there for DoaQ.
Right. Lich buyback still has the invul. Ido, don't you think you have to go back? I guess he doesn't. This shade, man, I can't believe it.
DoaQ knows everything. The entire game. Still a heal scroll, still an invo potion, waiting for the Lich to come back. Oh, the Lich is back. DK is back, I mean. Impale to buy some time, and now Ido moves back. Keeping this Fiend alive, but for how long? There's boots on this Lich. Oh, nice deny, but hits the Nova. The Crypt Lord, he needs some blocking, I guess.
Lich has no Nova at the moment, but in a second he will for Dova Q, but he moves out of there.
Can't reach, can't reach.
Dude, what a game. Dude, what a game.
The electricity here on AI, you can feel it.
By the way, this game started with Ido losing 5 feeds in the early game.
Unbelievable how he's
Like 1-0 against Infi.
Very reminiscent indeed. Lich
But
is
the
getting...
DK is almost level 3 for Dova Q.
And Lich is
That's a
getting
massive deal. Lich is almost level 5. He's going to get the red spot as well. These are big upgrades.
Lich and DK are 3. All 3 heroes are 3. And there's upgrades around the corner, but not the biggest ones. Just aura, just spike carapace. Giving him a little more aura, but that's about it. And this... Is it level 5? No. Guess not. It's close though. 17 experience.
But there's more camps to be taken.
Yeah. Green one. Orange one.
Ido has a lot of gold though, and is already going into upkeep. However, Dova Q should never be surprised. You know why? Because of the freaking shade. Where is it? Did it die? He may have...
Maybe to a
revealed
Nova.
somewhere. He's making a new one though. And the Lich is gonna get level 5. That is so much more damage. Actually,
Not enough.
not quite. But he's gonna get it.
We have invol count. 1, 2 for Ido. 1, 2 for Dova Q. But this is 5. Finally. Supply for Dova Q, 61 for Ido, and he's moving out. He also has a heal potion as the Ring of Regen here, mana on the destroyers, and off we go. He's going in for the kill. That would be a miraculous
And the Shade
comeback.
for once doesn't know where he is. For once. He may get blindsided here. But good scouting from the skeleton from Dova Q. That was such a big deal. Level 4 for the Crypt Lord. Almost level 4 for the DK.
He didn't get too much information though. He just ran up that cliff and was dispelled immediately. So he doesn't really know what to expect.
Alright, Destroyer Wars, boys, here we go. First statue dies pretty quickly until it gets morphed, actually. And here we go. DK in the front lines, taking a lot of damage. Silence on 2 heroes, dispelling it. DK solo may have to go for the potion here early. Dreadlord is still silenced, can't go for the impale. DK solo has to go for the invul very soon. He's trying to run away, gets to safety. Big impale here on 2 heroes and 2 fiends. And now going for the first hero, going for the Lich. He has the invul still, may have to use it very soon. Using it right now. This fight is all over the place. Supply-wise very even. DK!
Invul again, but all invuls are gone. The next focus could win Dova Q this game, and therefore the big lead for the Swedish team. Impale coming in again, but Ido has to evacuate, has to run out immediately without
Two of his destroyers are left behind. Doesn't want to give them up. But the DK needs to be so careful with his positioning.
Lich as well, man. How many coils are there still? Oh, 3. Okay, but it's not enough because the Nova hits him, and that must be it. It's the hero focus that we expected, and that's the hero focus that might win him the game. Level 5 Lich, key player.
He's trying to give the aura here from the low ground.
Doesn't work. Crypt Lord buying some time with the Impale. But the blocks are coming in, and the blocks are good. He's trapped there. DK is coming in for the aura and the coil. Is there another Nova on the Lich? There is not. But all the blocks are insane. Look at this. He can't walk 1 meter. This big beetle.
Finally gets in front. Lich is coming back. 40%. Mains have expired, by the way. We didn't really realize. Dova Q is down in supply, but has the better heroes.
Yeah. Nova again. Heroes low again. Potion used very early. It's just about hero focus here.
Yeah, really seems to be only about hero focus. Can the DK get out? Can he get away from his own main base? Because he's not safe there! And he will get out. Cryptlord, excuse me, in trouble next, but there's Coils. He's so tanky. The DK, he's the guy who has to run.
Yeah. He gets the counter focus. Lich is coming back in a bit. Again, the Nova again saves the DK again, gets the Cryptlord this time. He needs to kill this Lich, but he can't. And this Dreadlord is about to die as well. He got a potion again, but the Nova, what would he be without his Nova? First hero chase. There's no coil. There's no coil. He has to use the invul. 7 seconds, but the slow is off.
A player's forces are
Dover Q's hero focus is magnificent, and he expands behind this. How can Ido win this game? Destroyers, I guess, but 5 of them against 3. I don't know. They will be picked up one by one. Sooner than later.
Damn, dude. Crazy game. He's using the destroyers now, who are semi-invulnerable.
Dovahq can't kill Firestalkers entirely, but he wounded them badly.
A player's forces are under attack.
Lich is at the tavern. He sells a lot. He's at 600 gold. There was a buyback. Oh, no, actually it wasn't. But he finds the expansion. And he unsummons them immediately. Both without it.
Oh, the Fiend! You can't afford to miss rally at this stage of the game, man. Big mistake. Lich full mana. Scary, scary stuff.
37 supply only. And this Nerubian tower helps him in this fight. Dovahq has a lot of confidence though. Keeps him trapped in his base. Good engagement on this Lich. But yeah, that was the last coil. Can he nuke him again? What a turn of events this would be if the Nova finishes off this Lich and therefore
He has to unsummon something here to get the Cryptlord back. Alright, there it is. He sold something. He has nothing in his inventory aside from an Orb of Corruption.
Yeah.
That's it.
And no invuls are so scary. There's a mana potion for Dovahq. There's the orb. There's the flute.
A player's force
A lot of
are under
unsummoning
attack.
going on for Dovahq here as well. He can get more statues, get more destroyers. Yeah, it takes some time to get this level 4 Cryptlord back. All he can do is camp in the base, harass a little, prevent the expansion maybe, because he's close to getting the 225 gold.
Crazy that we're in this state again.
It's true.
There's like no income, barely any buildings left. I like how he's using the destroyers though to keep Dovahq busy on his side of the map, buy time for his
Player's
own
forces are
Cryptlord.
under attack.
And finally has some vision.
Dovahq giving him a little bit too much time here, maybe.
Is the
But I mean-
Cryptlord really such a big influence on this game? I mean, yeah, of course this is only disabled against the heroes.
If he had
So it is.
like a few double impales, that's a big deal. But again, that's so hard to do.
We saw them though. It's not impossible at all. More unsummonings. And now he has the resources for another expansion. Or potions. What is it? This mana potion on the DK, by the way. 2 more coils. And he used the gold for the summoning of destroyers. And again. There was no statue for Ido. His heroes are, well, Lich is full mana. 3 coils on the DK.
Player's forces are under
But
attack.
also, yeah, as you said, no inventory at all.
It's all about hero kill. Whoever loses DK or Lich first loses this game.
Yeah.
Most likely.
He goes to the shop. 1 invul. That's all he can afford.
It's one more kill here, but I don't know if that makes... Super tense. Super tense. Ido has to win this engagement quickly, otherwise there's too much healing here from Dovahq
Yeah.
with this mana potion. Lich in front here to bait the focus. Early coil though. Was that a mistake?
Lich is still in trouble. Lich has to use the potion very early on. He keeps on chasing. The impact was actually quite big, but the Lich is in the middle of everything. Catches the coil again and stays alive for now. There is no other impact at the moment. The Lich is out of position. No boots anymore, and another coil. He's back to full health.
Alright, alright. Statue's gonna fall here though. And now he's running into the narrow tower. Is this the overextension that costs him the game? The DK getting focused. Silence on the Lich. DK for Edo has an invul. Lich getting focused, but he's so slow. He's so slow, he's getting focused here. He might die. Coil is cooling down. He doesn't have the mana. One Lich dies. One DK almost dead. I think he's gonna fall as well. Two heroes die. Death Knight falls.
Lich versus DK. The fight started this best of 3, and this fight might end the best of 3, but he can run away forever without the Unholy Aura now, though. 40 supply for Dovahq, 39. It's unbelievable how Edo stays alive this entire series. The Bear Grylls of this clan war. There's no altar anymore for Dovahq. There's no altar anymore for Edo.
Dovahq is super supply blocked, so he can not get his Lich back unless he kills his own stuff.
If Edo raises the funds, he could do it, but it's too expensive. Is this a draw now? Yeah, Yehu says it as well. I mean...
No, I think it's... you use your destroyers to take out the buildings.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
I mean, there's still a Dark Ranger, there's still...
Yeah, the thing is, for Dovahq, only one unit can attack the destroyers. That's a Dark Ranger. For Edo, it's 2.
He unsummons more. What can he do? What can we really get a draw?
Kill the buildings! Edo, kill the buildings!
Of course. Both will be camping.
Dude, I think Edo has this game. No, 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 no!
No way. They're drawing this or what?
I think Edo has this game. I'm serious. I think he just kills all of the buildings.
He doesn't realize this. Dovahq has left the game, we get a regame! We get a freaking regame!
Are you serious?
This happens once in a year, maybe. A draw in Warcraft 3. This clan war has it all. Wow. Crazy. Craziness in this Undead Mirror. Geo hosts immediately again, doesn't want to give the players a break. At all.
Jesus.
Wow. Thank you, Chaco, for the host. 2,500 people are watching. And witnessing a very, very rare draw between Edo and Dovahq. Unbelievable.
Honestly, I think Edo had that game. I think he could have killed the buildings one by one.
These hero focuses are such a treat for every Warcraft fan. This game is about heroes, and this is as good as it gets. With those hero chases, man. Rewind! Reset your mind! And let's do it again. Ancient Isles calling for the second time. The last draw I remember was Moon versus Yumiko, right? On Echo? That was 2016, I guess. Or was it 7? No, it was 16. That's how rare it is to witness a draw.
And it's getting even weirder, dude. Because Dovahq is switching to Orc.
Oh, really? Ender said it! He said, maybe it's an Undead Mirror on the first map, but let's see what happens then. NWC seems to be betraying his race.
But honestly, I think that's good for Ido. Like, it's not 2010 anymore. The Undeads have the answers to Orc. And we know what Ido plays against Orc. It's mass Frostworm stuff.
It's mass Frostworm stuff.
Does Dovahkiu know this?
I don't know. It's not Undead Mirror, boys.
We're entering the Twilight Zone here.
You must feel confident after a practice to play Orc. And here we go. Good luck, good luck. Again, the question is, who takes the lead in this clan war? And if the map goes to Dovahkiu, then it's a huge lead for Soviet War Elite. Lots of pressure on Ido, but this is not Dovahkiu's main race. This is not an imbalanced matchup anymore. And it's a style, once again, that nobody really plays. WFZ sometimes, but not to this extent at all.
Yeah, not like the crazy and double Frostworm, like double Boneyard Frostworm.
Yeah, yeah.
With skipping the shop.
Yeah.
Ido is the only Undead in the world
Yeah.
who skips the shop on tier 1. In this matchup, that is. But he has had a lot of success against Orcs, and honestly, Orcs just seem to have no answer of what to do against it. I don't know what the best answer is, and I hope Dovahkiu doesn't. Exhausting indeed. Long, but also quite fun. Dude, this is a long-ass clan war, by the way.
We started at 5, it's close to 9 now. And
ends now between the two. We're gonna have the last game.
yeah. Effect,
Yehu
the
versus-
undefeated Effect versus Yehu. The Orga. How crazy would it be if the Orga wins the championship for his team? I mean, Yehu is not bad, don't get me wrong.
He can do it, I believe.
But Effect is Effect.
I believe.
And he's undefeated. So it's gonna be hard. Ghoul opening by Ido. He moves out immediately.
So if you go for the shop first here, as I said earlier, you get a level 2 right away. That's really nice. Very unlikely to get scouted. It's all about one borrow tech nowadays. And I'm surprised actually that Dovahkiu goes for it, because again, he's a little more old school. So playing old school as Undead in the Mirror, but playing new school as Orc. Interesting. So this scout for the Undead will go creep, excuse me, will go unscouted. As the Blade Master takes his time here to take out the entire camp. Getting almost level 2 himself. And the tech is already in process for both players. So, the Frostworms. Are they going to be coming? The answer is almost 100% yes. Does the Orc have a good answer to them? That is the question.
And I feel Dovahkiu has to scout a little more than Orcs usually do. It's really the question, does he know how he plays? Did his teammates tell him how he plays, and does he have a solution to this? One more attack, Boros are coming, as I said. Tech is ahead, so... This is so weird. So
A player's
unusual.
forces are under attack.
I said this clan war has it all once we saw the draw, but now it's race switching as well, and it's Ido's weird tactics. This is weird, weird, but in the best way possible.
It's gonna have a narrow tower here in the base as well. When you don't have skeletons, creeping is pretty hard. We can see the blockers are lacking, the damage is lacking a little bit as well. Blade Master in the middle of the map creeping up more. With only a single grunt, he's really getting a lot done. And that's another thing that's an issue when you don't have skeletons. You can't go for scouting, you can't see how much the Orc is trying to get away with, can't really punish too easily. But actually, he might be arriving perfectly in time here. How quickly does he look? Perfectly in time! Ido, what a player.
And now he's super low on health. I mean, running away from this fiend's not that easy. Oh, if he pays attention, he can cancel it. Super close. So the healing continues. And he will be back to 500, 600 in a bit. This is quite big, actually. Tomb of Relics coming now on the verge of tier 2. Shadowhunter second for Dovahkiu. This is pretty normal. No TC as it was back in the day. Beastery coming. Double Beastery coming.
Okay.
A player's forces are under attack.
This is Wind Riders then? Because I really don't think Bad Riders work against Frostworks. It's just way too much health.
Yeah, way too tanky. There's coils, there's statues. Maybe even Frost Armor helps a lot with this.
Yeah, even Frost Armor, that's a good point. Interesting, interesting. Tier 3 starts. He went for 6th Acolyte here to get the Shade soon.
Forces are under attack.
Level 3 already for the DK. Very early on.
Yeah, the creep
Blade
steal
Master
helped a
though
lot.
has 4 circuits, man. He is a trade monster. But no level 3. That was the big creep that he got stolen.
Yeah. And now, with the Lich coming, and Frost Armor being there, Ido will have a bit more map control, but of course his tech is designed for
Player's
the
forces
super
are
late
under
game.
attack.
So basically, Dovahkiu can do whatever he wants at the moment. He's going Raiders and tier 3. Double Beastery Raiders tier 3.
I think he's gonna play the lame style. Go for Pillar Terraz all the time. Expand behind it.
Makes sense because worms are so slow.
Of course, with that style, you don't really take real fights. You want to be annoying. If he gets the last hit here, that will be a big one. Is he gonna invest the coil? He is, but the item goes towards the blade. It is the ring plus 3. Pretty nice against the orb. Oh, but now the creep jack is coming in. Frost armor. Gonna help this fiend out here. Hex against the DK. The Shadowhunter has more hex. Long range coil saves the fiend, but the DK may get surrounded here and forced into a teleport scroll. But that could result in a lot of damage on the Orc army as well. Is this? Oh, but now he's dropping low. This will have to be the TP here, I believe.
Oh, there were 2 crits. Coil before that. He wanted to kill him. Doesn't really work. But good solution by Ido to get out of there. Man, 2 crits. And Dovahkiu, the movement on the Blade Master wasn't ideal. He wasted a lot of damage being blocked by his own units. You were a little lucky here. Where are the Boneyards, by the way? Okay, it's not tier 3 yet. Sacrificial Pit is ready. So we are getting ready for the Boneyards. It's a Wyvern transition now. It's how still defeated Thorzane
Forces are
before.
under attack.
Raider opening for a little more map control, and then switch into Wyverns for damage. There is 3 Fiends. Web will be there. I like the Blade Master play.
He's being seen by the Shade though.
Yeah. That's true.
But this is a little dangerous for Ido. He has low HP, DK.
No statues.
The threat of Hex and Ensnare is always there. He doesn't have info of where his opponent is. So he decides to go back, and here we go. Tier 3 is done, and this is the Ido special. 1 Boneyard. Is he not going to go for 2? Usually he always goes for 2. Okay, only 1 this time, I guess.
We have 2 Wyvern. Tier 3 is not finished yet, but there's a War Mill coming.
Forces are under
For
attack.
Dovahkiu as well for reinforced defenses, for Kodos, whatever he likes.
Acolyte's moving out. Second Boneyard, alright boys.
And Grab is finished. At the moment, he doesn't have the firepower to deal with the worms.
He does have Hex though, that renders 1 useless.
Yeah. No Dispel.
So usually here, if you're the undead, you want to be able to creep up, be left alone until you have 4 worms, and then you want to fight. And then it's so hard for the orc to deal with that. But now he's being forced into a fight earlier, it seems, as Dovahkiu was scouting out his opponent. Oh, he's moving forward with a Hex. He might be able to get the last hit, the item I mean, but no. Ankh on the DK, very good find.
Yeah, in this situation, it's really good. So the focus doesn't go to the hero, but to the Fiend. First one down. Can he get the second one? He has no perch yet, but the damage is coming in. 2 Fiends gone, and especially against these 3 Wyvern, those Fiends were extremely important. Now he's down to 1. He can't whip them all anymore. And this is the gold that is designed to go into the worms. Now he has to spend it on a few Fiends as well. Ido's game is delayed here.
Good dust here by Dovaq, who he knows about the shades. Remember, game 1 and basically 2, how many shades there were. Level 3 SH, another big upgrade. He could go for a tiny Great Hall right now if he wanted to. Oh, he canceled the second Boneyard, by the way.
Yeah.
This game is not going really according to plan for Ido.
It's not even at 50 supply. We have 3 heroes, no TC, which makes sense if the main part of your opponent's army is air. Reinforced defenses here, as we said before. Does he have the orb now? Yes, he does. Plus 11, no Kodo, but the damage is coming from the Wyvern. Rewards. Decent. Hitlord, third.
Really good one-hit wonder hero. That one skill point. He's looking for the fight before he has to force Frostworm. Frostworm just now finished, coming from the main, but once again, if there's only one worm, the Hex is the easy answer.
Yeah, that takes forever as well until he's there.
Oh, Lich on the front lines, in a bit of trouble. DK as well.
No
as
TP.
the Arg, remember.
No TP. Coil on the Blade Master, they're exchanging blows here. Invo Potion Arc triggered, and now the worm arrives.
Heal Ward in the back as well. Only now is the Howl of Terror coming in. DK coming back, low HP though. He needs to get the Frost Armor quick, but the Blade Master also in trouble. Heal Stroll to save him. He's so low, but he does get away just barely, just like the DK. Long range and snare though may not actually be getting away. Hex ends on the Frostworm, but gets hexed immediately again.
A lot of
He has
mana
to
being
fight
used
without
for
his
that.
DK here. He has to TP out, I think.
The Blade Master is so strong right now, can't be nuked without a coil. TP by the Lich, and Ido escapes with 1 Fiend loss, 2 Fiend losses, level 4 on the Blade Master. Dovaq is doing it off race as it seems, preparing for an expansion here on the right. The peon is there, just waiting for the resources. The Swedish player is still on 44 supply. And Ido, he has to recover hard. Not going for a second worm, he cannot afford it because he's forced into more fiends. And as you said, 1 worm's nothing. If the Shadowhunter has mana, which is not really the case anymore.
And now even towers coming up at the expansion. You will be able to get the tiny Great Hall up there very soon. Item dropped. A talisman. Could be nice for the blade. Level 4 SH. Hex lasts even longer now. And this is relevant because we have no destroyers. Ido between a rock and a hard place indeed. Would have loved to see one of Illusion earlier on this Frostworm, which he still has.
Bad Riders coming in now. Oh, yeah, it's 1 only though. I think it's good to get a little bit of damage, but not committing too hard to Bad Riders. Just, you know, a little bit, then follow up damage with Wyvern and Blade Master.
Players' forces are under attack.
Now the Mercam is getting taken by Ido, finding the Lion Horn.
So many
Again.
horns here.
He's very close to being creep jacked. Has to run. DK is low. This is dangerous, but seems like he will be able to get away. Dust again against the shade, but wasn't there.
Dovaq is so prepared. Mana Potion, double heal scroll, Invo Potion. No TP though. On Ido's side, no TP as well. No consumable items at all. As he's forced to build his army, to rebuild his army. 3 fiends, 1 worm is all he has.
So many dusts being used by him. But he misses the shade, which now sees the orc. So what's he gonna do? End snare plus focus fire could get rid of the Frostworm fairly quickly. By the way, he saw the expo coming up, so that gives him a good idea of when to hit his
Forces
timing.
are under attack.
And honestly, Ido can make a lot of units until then.
Attacking to the undead base is always a bad idea, and there's no big supply lead. I mean, of course, the army is good and strong, and it's kind of glass cannon-y, though. With the Wyvern here.
Ido has to start producing, though. The expo is going to be done soon. And Frostworms, they're not really known for coming out so quickly. Or is he just going to go only Fiends now? Makes sense on paper, of course, against Mass Wyvern.
Yeah. How ironic would it be if Dovaq defeats an undead with Wyvern As his old style, he faced so many Wyvern as he had a ghoul opening. And then the natural reaction to it is, of course, Wyvern.
Alright, Ido has gone into upkeep. But so has Doa Q.
Yeah. 58 supply, more Wyvern. Just more and more and more Wyvern. Of course, Gargoyles are no option. Due to Bad Riders. Another worm. What's like the key number of worms when he really has the upper hand?
Like 3 or 4. It's what you want. I don't think he has the time though for that. He's gonna have to fight with only 2, I believe.
Yeah. And there's 2 disabled. And Snare and Hex.
Oh, this shade. He's gonna get revealed in 3. Ah, damn, I was a little off.
This detective's here. No experience. Blade Master 4.3. 4 on the Shadow Hunter as well. On the undead side, we have a level 3 DK. We have only a level 2 Lich. And the Pit Lord, well, doesn't really matter what level he is. Third Frostworm.
He's waiting for the 3rd one, really. It's gonna be a
Dovaqu's
long
smiling.
time, buddy.
I like that Dovaque is sitting right next to the shop, so you can go for more invols. Blade Master is scouting this as well as double invol now, double heal scroll, mana potion. He also has speed scroll, which is great against the slow of the worms. We raised the question if he's aware what's coming, and hell yeah, he is. Blade Master standing
But
there watching.
once the Wind Riders are webbed and they get Novad focus fired, they're gonna die real fast. And he doesn't have... well, he has a good number, don't get me wrong. 66 against 69. Of course, it's gonna be an all-in by Ido. No Kodo is a good point.
Is the damage enough? Yeah, I was thinking of is the damage enough? He has 9 Wyvern and 1 Bad Rider. Oh my god, it's 10, it's 11 Wyvern. I think that answers the question if there's enough damage.
It's coming from the north. The towers help out a lot in this.
Yeah. Upgrades 1-2 on the undead units. It's a lot of damage and a lot of armor as well. 1-0 on the Wyvern.
I would love a protection scroll for Ido. And he has the money. He should buy some stuff. There's a heal scroll. There's a protection scroll.
He has to use the Wind of Illusion on the worms.
Yes, very good point. He did it, and it wasn't seen, but it's pretty obvious that it is.
Yeah, of course, but you have to choose one to throw the Bad Rider in, and you have to choose for the Hex and the End Snare.
True, true. First tower's going to be dying quickly.
It's the real
Bad
one.
Rider hits the real one, but gets healed right away.
Second one.
It's not too much damage, though, with all that armor. And here we go. Where's the Howl of Terror? Here it is. Everything's getting webbed. The Wyvern's dying one by one. But also good damage against the Frostworms. Only 2 of them are left, I think. Level up for the Pit Lord as much as that may do. And the Illusions are soaking up quite a bit of damage. More and more webs coming in as well. Wind Rider count is dropping, but everything for the Undead is dropping as well. Both down to around 60. Only 1 single Frostworm is left, and that one is getting dealt with here. It seems Heal Scroll coming in for the Undead. Level 3 level up for the Lich. That's a big deal. He still has so much more mana to use, and Ido might be doing this after everything that has happened this game, but it's not over yet. Blade Master getting focused right now, getting healed. He still has the invul. The Frostworm is down. Everything is still slowed. The Wyverns are still webbed. DK getting focused, dropping low. He does not have the death pack, but he has the healing potion here. Heal wave coming in from the SH again, but there's not enough instant healing left. And the Blade Master in trouble. He's getting focused. Is he gonna die here? He runs away with the boots of speed. Pretty good item.
Heal wave helps there as well, but the final Wyvern is down. Burrow being used to save a few fiends. They're level 4.5 DK. There's still danger around this Blade Master. Yet now Wyvern all gone. The Pit Lord jumps up to level 3.
Yeah, he was level 1 at the beginning of this.
Can he
He's
reach
this
out?
3 ways. If he gets the Blade Master here,
There's a
Invol's
coil.
on cooldown.
Under siege.
But no
The heroes are split now. He gets this grunt with ease. There's Coil Nova in 5.
SH out of position, but full HP. He should survive a nuke.
Yeah. The Blade Master won't though. Tower is gone. Army of Edo is of course not that strong. He needs this Blade Master. With a Blade Master Hex combo, everything is possible.
Players' forces are
Still
under
2
attack.
Wyvern in the air. But the Fiends can deal with them easily now. Now that the big mass is gone. The critical mass of Wyvern is gone.
Yeah. And Edo needs to get involved right now. Edo, buy them involved, bruh.
He has a heal potion on the Lich. He has coils, of course. 2 of them. But Raiders for the ensnare. Does he want to use the Coil Nova against him? I don't think so. Blade Master.
DK in trouble. Coil, Nova, Blade Master, low HP. Invul, though, he may be able to kill the Death Knight here. In fact, it looks like it. Invul only 7 seconds. Is it enough time to find the kill? Yes, it is. Level 5 for this Blade. He gets slowed down.
Oh boy, without coil.
Back.
What can he do without a coil? Blade Master has another heal scroll, has to use it soon. The damage is there for Edo, despite the lack of the DK, but what's not there is healing, and the Lich suffers, and Edo is losing his second hero as well. Only the Pit Lord remaining, and the Blade Master seems to be clearing house, but more Fiend shots are coming. Is he surviving? Yes, yet again, and it's the Pit Lord and Fiends on their own, but there's no damage in this Orc army without the Blade. He needs this Blade. Everything revolves around this Blade.
There's the shade. He doesn't see him. And here comes the reveal against all the Fiends. This will be so many kills. Can the Pit Lord, I mean, do this by himself? I don't know. 30 supply only for both players here. Level 4. Is there healing? There's no healing. No heal wave, but the crits coming in. Big crits.
216. The worm is coming.
Frostworm.
Can he
Frostworm,
kill?
slow him. Slow that motherfucker down.
Webs are coming in again. This Pit Lord level 4 now. He's too scared to attack. Now, is it time to kill the third hero as well? Cleave attack, of course, doesn't do anything. The Pit Lord falls. All 3 heroes dead. Edo playing StarCraft. The Fiends are hurt as well. The only thing he has is the worm. But for how much longer? Wait, where's the worm?
It's a little vulture up in the air.
Ah, okay.
Over the shop. He has a lot of gold here. He wants to buy something back, but the Shadowhunter is already lying in wait.
And he never killed the expansion. That's the big thing. No mining anymore. Lich is coming back. DK? Where's the DK? It's not this side? Ah, okay, it's from the tavern.
He's wanting back.
It takes a long time though. And Dovahq is mining. Undead heroes are crazy though. But we have a 5-5 hero combo on the Orc side as well. Insanity between those two.
If only Edo had gotten that invul there after he drove the Orc back.
There's an invul only on the Blade Master, and there's 2 worms. Big damage here. If he has he mana, he can coil. But yeah, there's the invul. There's heal wave. He's going for the DK again, getting the big backstab. And if there's a crit, he dies. But no, potion saves the DK.
But the Hex, one after the next here. Or is Dovahq overextending? He lost one of the Wind Riders, but he's gonna get the Frostworm here. SH is out of mana. But I think that's okay.
228. Critical strikes, close to level 6. DK on his own, level 5 now, but Ensnare is coming. Backstab as well. And this should be it. The Lich is not out yet. Can't help him. Double level up, double level 6. That's the kill. GG. And that is a 7-5 lead for Soviet War Elites. What a series between the two, man. Unbelievable Warcraft here. Well, season 9. If Effect wins this. Firestalkers against the ropes. Almost no records here for Yehu on our sheet.
I'm raising my arms up in the air right now for Genki Dama, Neo. He can do it. Effect here. Only one single map is required of him. That will be enough. The clan war would end right there. Yehu needs to make this a 2-0 to bring his win.
During the league, Yehu played in the clan war of Firestalkers versus Sweden. And there he got it 2-0. His opponent was Scud though. says it all, right? No, he won him. And also a big part of Firestalker's 2-2 team. So, wait, is Yehu still undefeated with this one win? I think so.
100%
no.
win rate against 100% win rate.
He lost to Corrupt, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would have been... Oh, wait. And he lost to Helsing. 2-0. So 1-2. Effects for Sweden. Starting in the upper left in blue. Yehu in the bottom right. Going for a Farseer opening.
Farseer, dude. Ooh, really? Farseer. Okay. It's of course really nice against tier 1 Tower Rush, but that's not happening.
I don't think Effect is a big Tower Rush player in general. Rather, expansions and teching. But we've seen Farseer's work. From Lin, from Focus, with mass area of effect. And a bit of harassment in the early game. With Wolves. It's not impossible. It's just the big powers, or the big damage spikes are missing.
And he's sending a peon out scouting. Despite going for one borrowed tech here by the looks of it. It's pretty unusual.
Players' forces are under
Super fast tech here by Yehu though. One borrow without a shop. Early scout though from the footy also sees the Farseer. Of course he's not going to be able to do anything about the creep camp that Effect is taking here, just way too far away. Let's see. This will be the perfect time for the lightning shield denies. Unfortunately not.
So biased now. All of a sudden, you kept your cool for the entire clan war, but now the bias is coming in.
No, dude, it's so close to the wire.
Proxy shop by Yehu.
players' forces are
Oh
under
yeah,
attack.
that's why Dion was out so far.
Yeah.
One
Good
single
way.
kill on the wolves will mean level 2 for the Archmage. Which,
Yeah,
I mean, he will get anyways.
You have to resummon the wolves all the time, and that's why this shop it's not necessary, but it helps to get more clarities early on and keep the aggression up.
So, is this gonna be Windriders then?
I think so. I think
Players' forces
what
are under
else
attack.
would require a super fast tech. The faster you get the wyverns, the better they are.
But I mean, fast tech is nice always.
So it's dangerous as well. This time, I mean, we've seen wyvern a couple of times in this clan war. This time it's not a Mountain King, like still played against Thorzane.
And the tech is really far ahead for Yehu. If he goes for a SH second, he may be able to find a lot of pickoffs. Or is it gonna be the TC for the glorious, glorious chainwave combo?
Could be a good potential to creep jack this. Effect going for the shop here.
Yeah. Yehu a little slow, but he's gonna arrive in time, I guess, to still be annoying up here. So, is he finally gonna get some experience? Because at the moment he's at 0.
He definitely needs that. Oh, does he actually? I mean, the wyvern will be the main damage output. The wyvern will do everything for him, basically. The good thing is, Effect only now with a lumber mill. No scout tower in the base. One is built up to an arcane tower, but that's about it. Wyvern don't really care about arcane towers. Effect sacrificing
Naga.
this worker. Whoa, mass pressure.
Oh, baby. She's getting scouted though. Is she gonna get surrounded right after she comes out? No. She survives for a little bit longer. She's of course squishy on level 1 especially. Doesn't have the boots either. 0 experience on Yehu's side. He needs to make something work here in the mid game.
He knew it though, that his Farseer will be weak. He's not a carry as the Blade Master is. He's more of a support. I mean, it's not ideal, obviously, but it's not game-breaking. One bestiary. And more pressure. He keeps him so busy.
The town is under siege.
But Terrasten is wide big, so he needs time to fly his
If he
wyvern
gets
over.
the altar here, that means no second hero, because he most likely wants to go for the MK. He doesn't have too much damage though here, to be honest.
First experience, by the way, on both heroes. Effects, not microing this perfectly.
Oh, but he got the grunts around it in the middle.
Yeah. And in fact going for a panda. So the altar is not really necessary. This is quite good because Stormbolt would have hurt the Farseer and the Naga a lot. More and more kills here in the base thanks to the wolves. And double
We got like
arcanes.
4 peasants here, that's not bad. But with the guard tower here, I don't know if you can keep up this pressure for too much longer. And it is the human returning the favor, going into the orc base now. He can't cancel any of the tier 2, but the burrows, as always, are exposed, and the lightning shield
Old
on the
school.
panda.
Super old school. Lightning shield into Echo Line. But apart from that, the panda isn't great against orc for sure. The first wyvern is out, but you want the first wyvern to harass. And this is not possible with the pressure that Effect puts on him right now.
Yeah, there's a guard tower in the main, so can't harass there. AMRE is level 3, of course. So who wants to go creeping now? Usually with the Naga you want to be aggressive, you don't want to go creeping. Panda, desperately, experience thirsty.
There's
And
only
gets
one
slowed down here.
Sanctum for Effect. And he has severe lumber issues. Could go for a Shredder even. Should be okay.
Player's forces are under
Throw speed
attack.
here to catch up to the footies. And gets the cold arrow on 1. So that should be the kill. Even if it takes a bit of time.
Dual Wyvern.
Farseer finally finding some experience. He's gonna have the double lightning, by the way, I just noticed.
Yes, Fork Lightning and Chain Lightning. Also, it's not as good as Chain Wave, but still massive area of effect. With the single target damage of Wyvern, you can pick up a lot of units. Effects creeping up, he needs strong water elementals, and he needs Breath of Fire. I don't know, man. I mean, the Drunken Haze is gonna be really good for the miss chance and all, the slow and all. But area of effect is not a key solution to orc play at all.
Against Windriders, it's quite a bit better than it would be.
Yeah, obviously,
Grunts
but
and such. And now Yeo is trying to distract as he's setting up an expansion in the bottom
Player's
left.
forces are under attack.
Completely out of the ordinary play from the orc player here.
there's one guard tower. Does he have the damage to knock it down? Mass repair coming.
repair.
But again, the lightning shield, this time on the water elemental. Of course you can save them into the burrow, but this is then free damage in combination with the breath of fire. He's losing this burrow, and he's supply stuck. Effect is defending this well and reacting to this well. First Dragonhawk is out.
They're both suffering so much damage, but it seems like Yeo is suffering quite a bit more damage. He can't get rid of the guard tower anymore, and everything here is dropping so low. And now the TP home is coming from the human. He has dealt so much damage of his own. Gets almost the last burrow there. Speed scroll to get out from Yehu. 33 supply for him against 31 for effect, but he needs to make a lot of burrows first.
Yeah, that will keep him low, and this will take some time. And all that time, Effect can build units. He's... Oh boy, look at his peasant line. Only 3 peasants. This will take time as well, and he doesn't have to make that many burrows because the Great Hall is at 60%. Good creeping though, by Effect. This Rune Bracers is not great, but this Tome of Experience is fantastic. Level 3 Panda, right around the corner. Oh, there it is actually, was enough. This is level 5 Enforcer. Dual Lightning online.
A player's forces are under attack.
Invis Panda with a tele staff. He's gonna go for some harassment here, it seems. It's a little bit risky. He doesn't know that there are no raiders necessarily.
Effect still doesn't know about this expansion.
Yep. And Yehu moving across the map again, looking for more damage towards the economy, it seems.
There's
But
only
many of these peons are hurt. This could be a bit of a barbecue down here.
But if he cancels the guard tower, man, there's free damage for the Wyvern. 2 kills, 3 kills.
Yeah, and he's gonna have fog lightning as well. But he might get stuck here. He has to react quickly. And here come the shackles. But he
Okay.
kills one of them.
Anyone?
But can he get out? He's gonna lose one of his Windriders.
trades one Hawk for one Wyvern and buys time for his Expo, which is up now. He can produce peons from 2 buildings now, and that helps in this Echo game.
If Yehu is left alone for 4 minutes now, maybe that's a little extreme. This game should be his. Effect
has mercenaries. Effect has good heroes. 4-3. Berserker there. A little bit of a disable against the Wyvern. Not too much anti-air damage. The Berserker is really strong.
A player's forces
Effect
are
is
under
moving
attack.
towards the expansion, but just for more creeping. So Yehu has a little bit more time.
Oh, but he's scouting it now. The footy is seeing it now. And this human army is so scary right now.
The Bat Riders are coming. But this is a great power spike for Effect. He could win him, or his team, the league, with this upcoming push. Is there a town portal? There's not. Yehu without a TP. This expansion will fall. It will take a lot of time, but it will fall. And it didn't pay off yet at all.
Nope. No, it did not. He needed this to go unscouted. That didn't happen. He's looking to attack the base again here.
He is buying time with this a lot, because there's not too much damage, so it takes forever to knock it down. Is there a town portal on Effect? Also nothing. And again, only one guard tower here.
Early staff though from the Panda scares him away.
Only 2 Wyvern as well. And he's kind of supply stuck with his 37. 2 Bat Riders. Can he reign air superiority with this? Oh, we don't want to commit too early. Shackles against this! Nicely done by Effect, but he commits! And he kills them both! What a Bat Rider by Yehu! But now he has to run. There's still 1 Dragonhawk, and he gets the long range Shackle.
Look at this range!
Across the entire screen. And that was the 3rd last Wyvern. The Bat Rider was great, but simply not enough.
You in trouble now.
Yeah.
In deep, deep trouble.
Yeah, Firestalker's in trouble. Championship on the line here. More Hawks. The economy for Effect is standing strong now. And the double Berserker. And slow. And heal. And water elementals. And area of effect. And mischance. 3 and 2 on Yehu's heroes. Right around 3-3. Should go for Chain Lightning 2, I guess. He gets it. No, we don't know if he had. Or wolves. Wolves at this stage. I don't know.
A player's forces are under attack.
Transitioning into Mass Raiders. He has 300 gold. But again, the Echo harass. The Pandas are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Last stand for Firestalker, so what?
He has Raiders now to ensnare once the upgrade is done against the Shackles. If Effect overcommits into the burrows with the piercing damage, maybe Yehu can take a good fight here.
Yeah, but he's not. He's creeping a big camp of Yehu's side. What's going on there? Oh, just the water elemental for scouting.
Double heal scroll as well. He knows about the AoE possibilities.
More Wyvern. Just to cancel the Shackles. It was a big, big time commitment to these 2 Raiders.
He's gonna get the next big camp. So much experience for Effect.
He plays it so calm and so experienced. So we mask for the Panda. Nice. Is that tier 3? No. 50 supply. He stays on 50 supply. It's not overcommitting. This could be the end if he gets a few good Shackles. He has 1, he has 2, but he cancels them. So the Wyverns can do whatever they want, but they disengage. Army is still too small. And
he needs
hurt.
to shop right now. He needs the heal salves, but it's getting cancelled in the front. And the Panda looking for the next breath of fire. So much damage. Oh, but out of position here. But he has the staff. And the Ensnare didn't cancel it.
But he got rid of 50% of his HP. More Wyvern. Raider falls. 4 Wyvern here. Can they do it against 3 Hawks? And a bit of... Oh, this breath. He flies right into the Breath of Fire. It's Wolves number 2, by the way.
This siege could win the championship of the entire league. Effect has this game in his hands. Can Yehu make a miracle happen here? Can he go for the hero kill? Something. Doesn't look like it. There's a TP. There's a potion of healing. How is this supposed to work?
Little bit of desperation by Yehu. Hero focus would be nice, but there's a TP, there's a heal scroll, and the Panda is way too tanky. With the big potion, with the heal scroll, with plus 1k HP on himself. It's not an option. Hero focus is not an option. And more Dragonhawks coming in. Effect reactions so far are flawless to this play.
And even gets this Raider for free. Level 5 Water Torrents unlocked. You need to do something right now.
He
He's still the one that he has.
Echo is wrecked. Base is wrecked. He needs to win this fight somehow. He needs a miracle. FS needs a miracle, but the Shackles are controlling the damage well. It's GG! And it's the championship for Sweden. Germany wasn't enough for them. Firestalkers fought bravely, but Soviet War elites take it home with an 8-5 in a great clan war.
That was cool. A lot of fun. In the end, I guess it goes deservedly to Clan Sweden.